Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury, and welcome to the Archie Luxury live stream. That's right, guys. This is the new time slot. To make it better for our audience. That's right, guys. Okay, let's run the intro and let's start the show. Hi guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury Show. How are you peoples today? Guys, we just had a fantastic pre-show. My good friend, the Tan, the Zeal, the Mostest, um, was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I got to tell you guys, we had a really good show, really good pre-show, and hey, we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock and roll. That's correct, guys. We're here and we're rock and we're rolling. That's right, guys. We're rock and we're rolling. We're rocking and rolling. So, guys, what can I say today? This is Easter Saturday in Australia, Easter Friday, Good Friday in America, Canada, and let's get this baby off the ground. Let's see what we can do now. Guys, what can I say? What can I say? Indeed, there. What's going on with the watches? What's new? What's exciting? Here we go. 5196 is missing. Hello, the Zeal. How are you, Mr. Zeal?
Hello. We got Nick M as a new member.
Nick M, thank you so much. Tell me this. Do you really think I'm not... Oh, we got Mike the Snake on there as well. Fantastic. Do you really think I'm not wearing my stuff enough? Is that true?
No, like the 5196 is missing. Mike, I don't know if you've heard the news. Archie's Patek Philippe 5196 is missing. Hasn't been seen in weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Because I don't have the safe. See, I've got to go to the bank safe. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want any marshmallow safes. We only want high quality security protection, right?
Yes. It's a problem. It is a big problem. It is a problem. Yeah, this is I share the pain. I share the pain. Tell me this. What can you do? What can you do, my friend? What can you do?
You can walk to the bank. You can tell them, "Hi, my name is Archie, and I would like to go to my safe." And you can pull out a beautiful 5196G and enjoy your life is what you could do.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm going to switch watches today.
What are you wearing, Mikey?
I've been wearing my James Cameron last couple weeks, but I think I'm going to switch to my Speedy.
Good on you. Good on you. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Speedy as we speak. Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you find that you like it more as you wear it more and more? Or...
Yeah, I love the yin and the yang. Every day you wind it up. That's really cool.
I love hand winders. I love the morning ritual of just when you put it on.
I try and do it same time every day, same time to just to keep it on an even keel. Mr. Zeal, do you have any hand winders?
Yeah, of course I do. I have the 5196. I have the 3861. Of course I do.
Hi, Scotty Clark. I'm your boyfriend now.
You know, the rancher.
The rancher's here. Hey, rancher, how are you?
Hey, rancher.
Hey.
On the Speedmaster, they say you're not supposed to operate your chronograph secondhand as a second hand and leave it
Yes.
running all the time.
Correct.
And I've found
That's
that,
because it's not a column wheel chronograph. I believe if it was a column wheel chronograph, it's not a problem.
I don't know. I've
Okay,
gotten
now
different.
actually, believe it or not, I think Federico or his watchmaker. So, if it's a column wheel chronograph, actually wears when it's being used. A cam chronograph wears when it's not being used.
Yeah, I know my Seiko is okay.
So what does
to
that mean,
use.
Clive?
I don't know.
I think the main difference is the gears are of different teeth size, and so you can run into a wear issue on the chronograph gear if you use it all the time. But
Patel Philippe, $5.50. Speaking of column wheel chronograph, should I buy a 321 Ed White if offered by AD?
oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You should buy a 321 Ed White if it's offered by Ed, not by AD.
Now, tell me this. The problem is, Mr. Zeal,
Mm.
you can't get them. They will not sell them to you. They're very hard
Well, here's
to
the
get.
thing, Archie.
No, he actually said he can. He says it's been offered because
I've been offered.
Unlike other people sitting here in the square, I actually listen to other participants.
This is true.
Yeah,
Archie, I've been on the list for 3 years, and my AD is finally getting one, and they said, "Hey, we might want to give it to you." So I'm asking you the question: should I pull the trigger?
That's what credit cards were invented for.
It's not about the money. Should I pull the trigger on the watch? Is it a good?
No, you got to pay for it. But how are you going to pay for it? Put it on a
you
card.
pay for it. You pay for it. You just cashola.
But-
You walk up there with like fucking crisp hundreds, man.
Yep.
And that's not a watch that you're going to lose your ass on down the road either. That's always going to hold its own. So,
Yeah, Mikey, they're
and-
hovering around retail right now. They're not at a crazy.
They're hovering
Well,
around
I mean,
retail.
you're not in it to really make money, right? So
Now, hang on,
I'd
let's just
say
back the
as
truck
rare
up.
as they are,
Let's
go
He's
for
not
it.
in it to win it.
back the truck up here. Hang on, it's all about the money. He drives a Lamborghini. Okay? Do you
Lamborghini.
understand? Lamborghini. It's always about the money. Let's just calm down here. Let's just slow.
All right. Slowing it down, dropping it down
Okay,
in a
so
second.
they're not going for much over retail. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, I think they're going for like something like 18, 19 maybe right now. US.
Oh, and what's retail?
I think it's around that price.
We've got Surty Danny just joining us. Hello, Surty.
Hey, Danny.
Ooh.
Where me?
Part-time.
Where me? Where me? Take me on the
Where
safe.
me?
Where me? Where me?
Chippy.
Chippy. Thank you. You must admit that is such a fucking beautiful watch. That you know what, you guys. Thank you so much because it really gets my yin and the yang going again.
Well, part-time Patek owner, you're gonna have to face your fears. Okay, so I'm gonna have to expose you to this.
What are we getting exposed to here, Clyde?
Lovely looking bloke.
Oh, he looks kind of somber.
Now I want to ask you this, Tan. If you got a 321, would you get rid of your 3861? That's the question.
Yeah, I probably would. I
How much is the Ed White? How much is the Ed White?
Canadian dollars? It's like 19.8 plus tax.
19.8, and they're going for about
19
that.
US. Yeah, they're going for about that. So with tax, it's very close to the same price. Like they're not like trading like the Snoopy where it's like double retail.
You know
They
what,
used to trade.
10. Maybe it's not worth doing. Just keep your 3861. Is it that?
Well, that's the
much
question,
better?
right? Is should I buy it at retail?
What
or
would you
should I
get for
go-
your 3861? What's a 3861
Actually,
worth?
let's put it off. Let's
You're
have it
probably
off.
getting like
Okay.
seven.
So if you
7K.
keep the fan in that same place for like 3 or 4 months, pretty soon your fan will have its own Facebook page. I'm just going to let you know offhand, okay?
Yes, sir.
Actually, you're looking at this picture and saying, "Oh, that looks lovely." You could be looking at the real thing on your wrist, and you're fucking about with poor man's Daytona.
Hey, Dirty Danny, this one's for you.
Dirty Danny. Pavel Clyde drawing looks like my ball. That's quite a nice, actually, drawing of Clive. I thought that looked quite cool. What's wrong with that?
Archie, we need Poway on the panel. Poway was offered an Eye of the Tiger Rolex,
Yes.
and you said he should buy it and flip it, and Poway ran off.
I think that would look. I think that'd be perfect for Poway. I can't really see him wearing any other Rolex.
And we got ABC. How are you, man?
Jiu-jitsu.
Hey guys, the
Okay.
answer's Grand Seiko. What's the question?
Zoratsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Kayate. Domo arigato.
Hey, ABC, the Patek is missing. The 5196 hasn't been seen in weeks. We're unsure if Archie sold it
Oh,
and bought a grand piano or
Mm.
I was actually at a little local watch event, and an old guy shows up for the first time, and he was actually wearing a classic Patek Philippe. I didn't get the reference number because I don't want to say I don't care because that would make me sound caring. But he actually heard of ArchieLuxury, and he was actually a fan of ArchieLuxury.
Oh, you're joking. When was this? Was
Yeah,
who?
man.
Sorry.
Last night
Where did you meet this guy?
Thinking?
at a watch meet last night.
Sorry.
Wow, that's so cool.
So what are we
Archie-
thinking? Are we thinking Archie swapped it for the Vash sweep,
No,
that
we-
flyback
we-
day date?
We think he bought like curtains or something for his house. We don't think he bought a watch.
Ah,
No, I think
Actually,
when
tell us true.
I think when he went down the road for the pizza, the two kids came back to the house.
Go ahead, Danny.
Archie, tell us the truth. Have you swapped it for an handbag?
I haven't. I've still got it. I just have put it away safely. I just get paranoid with it. That's all. I don't like having it at home. That's all.
What do you mean you get paranoid?
I just-
What do you mean?
Yeah, it just makes me scared. You know, I don't want to. I don't know. I just enjoy simple things. That's why I got the Speedy and my Explorer, because they're just simple steel stunners. You know, steel stunners.
Taking a fat bird to a disco, man. Get your fucking Patek on.
Yep. Danny's got it right. Archie, you're underestimating the amount of viewers that like your Patek Philippe's. You're underestimating. They're all
Yep.
coming out right now, really angry
Even-
that you've been.
even the
You've
followers.
influenced the watch world so much with your love of Patek, and
Yes.
And
you
lady
need,
boys.
and it's part of your business as well. You know, we've already discussed that. You need to at least bring it out and wear it occasionally.
Yeah. Good point.
Calatravas these are Calatravas are what made me like Patek. You and the Calatravas made me like Patek. I didn't even look at them before.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I looked at Calatravas because they were the only ones I could dream of affording, way back when. And they made one that was 37 or 38 that was roughly, it was okay size wise for me to consider. And so that was the only real Patek that I really looked at, back in the day. But then Archie and his love of Patek has, shown me the world of Patek.
Patek.
And I still don't know anything more about the reference numbers or anything, but I very much enjoy seeing all the different versions and the world times and all the different versions of Patek. And I wouldn't have that opportunity if Archie hadn't shown them all to us.
Super chat.
wir haben ein super
Chat.
Chat.
Tell Philippe 55.
Baby super chat, baby super chat. Na 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 na. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby.
Let's get this on, baby.
Baby. The meaning of life is a grand
Oh,
classic from Patek Philippe. I gotta tell you, man.
that was $55. Okay, never mind.
55. I gotta tell you, 50. Look, I gotta tell you, a grand classic from Patek Philippe. I definitely agree with you there. 10.
So
You promised
eventually,
me-
though, in the high
promised
karate
me.
conventional, the high karate conventional, eventually the girl caught him, and the result from that partnership was Aaron.
Ooh. Sad. Look at the avatar. Look at
Really,
that.
Archie? Really?
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
wow,
know.
there's another one.
I know how to make it go away.
Get me on your wrist, you sexy bastard.
Get me, Archie.
No
There's no
worries.
democracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It abuse me.
Hold on,
Something
are there
dirty.
Our friend Palway says some people like Patek because of Archie. I like eating a full bucket of chicken in my ripped shorts, sat barefoot on my beetle-infested carpet.
Thank you so much,
Ah.
Howie. I got to tell you, yes, no, it's
Okay, that deserved to be read, even though it wasn't super chat. So okay.
tan. What do you think? I should start wearing it? That's what you want me to do. Is that right?
Yes.
What's the
We
point of
all
keeping it
want
in the
you to
bank
start wearing
safe,
it.
man?
Stop it
Fucking
being
wear your
taken.
shit.
Wear your shit, yes.
Fit girl and not
Wear it
shag her, Archie,
before
so
the
what's
weather
different?
gets humid. and
I
hot.
second that motion.
Put it in your prison pocket.
That's also another way you could.
Actually, you're in deep thought right now. Tell us what your deep thought is here. Come
Actually, I was just looking down at my desk and I've got my Omega, just looking at the hands, just looking. It's a beautiful, look at this, beautiful Speedmeister.
Cock and balls.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, 12 o'clock.
Archie, I started to ask or pose the question or whatever about you running the chronograph second hands all the time on the watch.
Yes.
I've gotten 50-50. Yes, it's okay. No, it's not okay.
I don't
So
think you should.
Doesn't
I think,
really
I think
matter.
it's best not to. It's not really meant to do that.
What I've found is if I run my second hands continuously, my Speedmaster 1861, it holds within a second a day or better than that. It is it's quartz accurate. When I don't run it and leave it vertical, it runs about 2 or 3 seconds fast a day, which is also acceptable. Absolutely. I mean, that's highly accurate.
I love.
Go ahead.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's a great watch. I got to tell you guys, you know what? I will get the Patek out. Don't worry. I will do it. I love the 5-1.
Before. Archie talks cheap, Archie.
Can you
You've
promise
said this
me?
before.
Promise me you're not going to sell your 5196.
Well, I have no intention of selling it right now. They didn't come out with a 6196, so I'm not moving until they do, which may never happen.
Beautiful.
We got a super chat coming in for you, Archie. Obviously, same on the topic of Patek Philippe. Because your Patek is missing. So there's a lot of concerned citizens here in the Archieverse looking for your Patek. So here's a question for you.
Here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Question from the other stream. Thoughts on the Patek 3770. What is a 3770? The Zeal is bringing it up. Oh my God! Yes, the ellipse and
the Nautilus and the Ellipse had a love child.
What a bracelet! Wow.
And you know what? It
The
proudly says
Nautilus.
quartz because quartz was so
Quartz.
early.
Quartz.
The Nautilus got it on with the Ellipse.
Patek,
that came out.
where have you been? So in the safe,
that,
never to
Tan?
be seen.
Collectible, tell me this.
I mean, I like the design of it. I think it was Saad who said it looked a bit dated, but I mean, all these 70s watches have the same kind of look, right?
Yeah.
I think this is the worst of all worlds. You have a quartz movement, the hybrid design.
I mean, Saad, Archie used to proudly wear a 3944, which is a quartz.
No, I think the
Scaltron.
worst of all worlds is the Patek Philippe that looks like a Bauman Mercier Clifton.
Yeah, so Jiu-Jitsu
That's the
ABC has been saying.
5134.
Okay, I'll pull that up for you. So Archie, Jiu-Jitsu ABC is saying the 5134 Patek looks like a Bauman Mercier Clifton Club. I'm going to pull this up for you.
Clyde agrees with me.
Does this look like a Clifton Club?
No, that looks
No,
fucking
pull
beautiful.
up the Clifton Club next to it.
Default's got one of these. That's the G, but isn't it this one?
Pull up the Clifton Club to make
See,
a
how is
fair
that? How is that?
comparison.
I never understood why this watch didn't become super valuable. It should be twice what it's trading at.
Because it barks, Archie. It barks.
No, it doesn't. This is I love it. I love it. I really wanted one of these.
Toys.
When I had my collection before, this was the next one I wanted to really add to it. Okay.
No, not this one, Tanzil. Go Google Images and type in
Oh,
Bound Mercier Clifton. There's a particular one that has a thick rimmed bezel, and it looks like that.
I know which one.
Not the club, not the Clifton Club. Just put Clifton, and it is one of them. What is it?
Ooh.
Where is it? Hold on. It's got a thick.
Patek, where have you been? Stuck in the safe, never to be seen.
Yeah, that one there, next to the big photo. That. The other one?
You never truly own a Patek Philippe.
This one?
You want the bulbous story.
Flat bezel. Where is it?
Okay, now Scotty Clarkson. Okay, he looks over and says,
I got to tell you, Baume & Mercier. You know, Baume & Mercier. These were actually, you know, in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. These were kind of cool.
Then again, so were you.
Baume & Mercier.
Archie, you got a full panel tonight.
I was never cool. I was never cool there.
Full panel with the Kelsowitz as well.
What's up, boys?
Hey. Hello.
How we doing?
Lights, camera, action.
Hey, I just
you
wanted
need a clapperboard, Heslowitz. You need a clapperboard.
Yeah, right. I used to do that. I used to be a second assistant. Hey, I just heard you guys talking about chronographs. Hey, Mike, I just wanted to say one thing. You know, you were saying your watch runs better when it's running. Like, one thing to keep in mind with the chronographs is when you actually engage that clutch wheel, it's like a tractor trailer. You know, you have all these gears running, and then you're basically adding a mechanism to that. So the fact that it's running better when you're running the chronograph means your watch is probably running a little bit fast.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Grunfield.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Now
we're talking serious watches here.
Garfield.
No, that was my observation, but it didn't really make enough of a difference for me to care. It was only like 1 second a day difference, but I just noticed running.
That's why I felt most of the observations actually. But
Mike, in your busy schedule, I think 1 second matters too much.
Oh yeah, I know. Every second I'm doing something different. But
here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie, give Jay money. Archie, give Jay money. 3 good reasons why he should pull the trigger on a Grenfell 1941 Principe in Saman. Okay, I got to tell you seriously.
Here we go.
Whew, this here 22 karat gold rotor. I love the big case. The oversized case is set.
It's not oversized. It's 39.5.
Ooh. That's 0.5. That's 0.5 oversized.
It's
you can shave it anytime you want.
Silver. What's in solid sterling silver? The case?
No, the bridges. The bridges themselves. Okay, let me help you out here.
The Jeff bridges.
Okay. It's German. They like silver.
It's
They're
not
Dutch.
German silver.
They're Dutch.
It's an ugly watch.
Okay, so Gronefeld are 2 brothers, the Gronefeld brothers, Tim and Bart. They design and create all these watches.
Bart and Jack.
Got you.
So this is a completely in-house movement here, even though it's just a 300. 22 karat rotor arch, but it's finished in 3 different ways. You see, you have the frosting done, and then you have the raised logo, and then you have a satin finish on the edge within a mirror polish.
But it has
on the beveling.
But it has no sprinkles.
No sprinkles.
Yeah.
Paul, something to consider here too. This watch takes 6 weeks to finish. One guy sits there, and all these parts are put together over 6 weeks.
One guy sits there and drinks heavily for.
We're talking about 6 weeks.
Regretting his bad life decisions, and then the last 3 days.
It takes Mike 2 years to finish one vase. So, is that even better than this?
Yeah. No, he's on fire compared to me.
Here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie, would you get a Rolex Daytona Panda?
Do you know who else was on fire?
Or a Beaver Carlian Tourbillon? Beaver Jean-Claude Beaver.
Wow, that thing's beautiful.
Beaver.
But this is difficult to sell.
Hey, I've stroked a few beavers in my time, Archie.
I gotta go with the Daytona. I'd go with the Daytona. I understand. I as much as it pains me to say this,
Oh, do you ever take my Pantera? Wow. This is, man. Is that a rooted rotor?
100. Archie, even he's so. They're so proud of their movement, Archie. They put 196 internal angles on the rotor. They're letting you know how many of these internal.
Is that a swan neck?
Kazil, check your WhatsApp, please.
Check my WhatsApp.
Wow.
All right.
That is a beautiful watch.
You know, Mike, you should appreciate that, Gronefeld. You know, those stainless steel bridges, it's very difficult to finish stainless steel.
It's difficult to sell also.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Compared to a you know, rhodium-plated brass or a gold movement.
Dear Stiefel, Grand Seiko sucks. You truly never own a Grand Seiko. You hock it for a warm meal at a homeless shelter because you make poor financial decisions.
And
that's not catchy enough. You need to make it a bit shorter, a bit too long.
Here's the funny part. He didn't make it a super chat, so he himself actually does not make poor financial decisions.
You must admit, this one doesn't look too bad on the screen, does it? That doesn't look too bad, does it?
No, but that looks like the case rim of the bezel looks like the 5134.
Bezel.
A bit. You need to do a separated at birth side by side comparison. Grunfeld from Nederland.
Would you buy one of these, Tan? What do you think? Would you seriously buy one of these?
I would absolutely buy one of these. These are amazing watches, Archie. Yeah, 100%. I'd buy one of these.
Yeah.
So, Paul, I was on the waiting list for one of these, and I just got offered a Principia salmon dial.
Salmon, baby.
I got an allocation. It's normally a 3-year wait.
How much is it?
They're $41,000 US, but if you go to buy one secondhand, you're probably looking at $50,000 or $60,000. Here's the problem. Here's one of the things just psychologically holding me back. Tan and I were talking about this earlier. Is if you try and sell this watch, I'd say 90% of dealers won't even make you an offer. If they do, they'll offer you 40 cents on the dollar. You got to go to an independent dealer, and ideally someone that'll just take like a 5 or 6%.
They'll offer to bend you over the counter.
That's exactly.
I like salmon with rice, man. The real Mike. I like the salmon with rice, man.
Mike, how's Uncle Seiko? Tell us how he's doing now. Is he okay?
Uncle Seiko.
Churchill Seiko. Oh man. Hey, Arch. Love you, man. The real back to stay. Hey, Bowie, man. I love you, man. Oh,
hey, boys, I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours, so I got to run. Clive, you're manning the petting zoo.
No, I'm not. No.
Thank you.
It's going downhill fast.
Man, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been greatly appreciated.
No worries, guys.
Nick Miller, $2.80. Play the 6007 novelties commercial for them. What's he talking about, Tan? Where's he gone?
Tan's gone. I've got a commitment. I've got to drop someone off to. I'm giving them a ride to church. They're Lutheran, so they're doing some sort of Lutheran thing.
No worries. That's okay.
Kids off on the pool, man. I need a big turd. I need to drop the kids off on the pool, Archie. So I'm gonna go, man.
Chat. Okay, here we go. Nick Miller. I got to find that one. What's the 6007 novelties commercial? MJ, $10. $10. Does Breitling Super Ocean H Heritage 2 deserve any respect as a diver? Bought one at retail last year. Fuck, why would you pay retail? You'd want to get a discount, wouldn't you, or not? I never said to buy it at retail.
I think you did, but you were intoxicated.
No. I got half of retail. Half.
I wonder what color he got. Has he got black or blue?
Yeah.
Blue.
The blue's nice. I must have blue.
Damn, I really want to get a Grand Seiko now.
Yeah, you know it makes sense.
Yes, but then again, I hit my head a lot too.
With the jujitsu polishing.
Then again, I'm here on the ArchieLuxury channel.
Kung
So
Fu
obviously-
polishing.
Aikido polishing, hey.
Hey.
I'm just trying to find that commercial. I can't seem to locate it. I don't know where this is. I got to be careful when. I think I know the one.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
It's okay. You can do that. It's okay. Here we go. I think we can play this here. We'll just play this screen here. It's just the.
I'm taking a toilet break, except I'm not going to the toilet.
It's a Slim Jim, that watch.
Yeah, that's quite a cool commercial, that, isn't it? What do you think of that? Very cool. Very cool. Thank you there, Nick Miller. $2.80. Play the 6007 novelties commercial for the music. There we go. We've done that. Oh, for the music. Okay, the music was cool. MJ, $10. Does Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 deserve any respect as a diver? Bought one at retail. Shit. I don't know if I'd be. What do you think, ABC? Come on, man. You've got one.
Well, I bought it pre-owned, so it had taken the hit.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much they are at retail. But I mean, they're about the Heritage 2 I've seen as low as 2,300 quid, and that was about a year ago when I bought my Heritage 1. But it depends. I think they're great watches. They're great bang per buck. If you can get one pre-owned, then I think you'll be best off.
Gotta buy pre-owned. This is a brand owned by hedge fund managers, people. You don't buy retail from these guys. Half off.
Yeah, half off. That's exactly it, isn't it? Hedge fund managers. They own the world now, don't they? What's going on? They own everything here. Here we go. We got a super chat from my good friend Patel Philippe. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Grand Seiko SBGY002, aka the OO2 Stunner. ABC.
OO2 Stunner.
Can you how to pronounce that versus the 5134P? Now, this is the Grand Seiko.
You've seen it before. It's that yellow gold snowflake.
002, is it? Give me the number. SB. What's the number again?
SBGY2. 002.
Here we go, guys. Let's bring it up on the screen so we can see. Now, I honestly, 38,000. Fuck, this was Australian dollars, but still, fuck, that's expensive.
It's expensive. Yeah.
I mean, is it really worth this money? What do you think? Is it? I mean, shit. I mean, it's a nice watch. It's a nice gold. You know what it looks like? It looks like a fucking gold cap Seiko from the 70s, doesn't it?
But it isn't.
I'm expecting to flip this fucker over, and it's got brass.
Chuck it in and flip it over, mate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Kalsowitz, what do you think, Kalsowitz?
I mean, I look at it from a movement perspective. You know, you're buying a watch that has the same movement as other watches that are $4,000 or $5,000. So
Kalsowitz, I love you. Okay, let me say that. Oh,
here we go. Hit me.
Sorry, just got to get this super chat from Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie, full screen. Tell Powie how much of a poor decision he made walking away from the Rolex Eye of the Tiger. Yes, Powie. Should have got it. Powie, I think you should have got it, Powie. You shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, got it, Powie. There we go. Let me just say this to you. You know what, guys? We're gonna do something a little bit interesting today. We're gonna go for a Beamer drive a bit later. Okay, so sponsor me for a Beamer drive. We're gonna go for a drive. Let's go for a drive. Tell me this. Tell me this. Tell me this. What is the go? What is the go? Tell me this. Tell me. Kalsowitz, what are you doing, man? You won. I thought you were getting an FP Jaune. What's happened to the Jaune?
That's next year at the earliest. They're fully allocated for 2023, so that's not going to happen anytime soon.
He's not ready for the Jaune identity.
Now, the Grumfield, you realize...
Yes.
Can I say this to you? Do you realize there's a lot of bullshit in this world at the moment?
He's on the ArchieLuxury channel. I think he's quite aware of that.
Like, they may have supply items. They say, "Oh, we got one. We pushed you to the top because you're such a VI." Maybe they're just not selling. Maybe people aren't buying those fucking.
Well, how come there's a 3-year wait list on their website?
Okay, well, maybe that's artificial. Have you thought about that?
Look, you mean it's like sweetener?
They only make 70 watches a year, so all it takes is 200 or 300 people to place an order, and they're backlogged for years. I don't think it's artificial. I think the Rolex and Patek might be artificial.
Want to spend 50,000? How much money you got? Tell me your money.
I'd love to stay under 40. To be honest, here's the thing. I've thought about this for long and hard. So, my heart tells me to go independent.
How hard?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
all
a better
the way
made
hard,
watch.
semi.
It's a better made watch, but it's impossible to get out of it. So psychologically, I can't get over the fact that it's impossible to sell. So honestly, the 5212 is the go for me. I'm looking to buy one for 36,000. If you know anyone selling, give me a lead.
Can you get one?
No. Archie stole someone stole the leads. Who stole the leads, Archie? Who stole the lead?
Everyone.
Of leads, we got Mr. Sexy. Hello.
How's it going, boys?
Thank God, Mr. Sexy.
Hey, Mr. Sexy, what's going on?
What's going on, boys? How's things?
We got a hard decision here. We got a hard decision. The problem is
not really a hard decision. It's more like a semi, really.
Kalsowitz. He's Kalsowitz himself has got a choice to make. Does he get the Grumfield, which I got to be honest with you, unless you are super, super rich, you might be stuck with this.
No, that's exactly right. First of all, the correct pronunciation is Kronefeld. It's Dutch. You got to have the rolled G. No, but let's go back because remember we were talking Laurent Ferrier, and there's a lot of information I've learned about that brand that's really kind of shitted me off. First of all, Laurent Ferrier is he's a minor stakeholder in that brand. He's sold off much of that brand to investors.
Yes.
So he's actually not the one.
Basically, he started a brand and he took off for like a semi-eternal toilet break.
Basically, I mean, his son Christian Ferrier is the one that's creating all the movements, and he's the technological, our engineering guy behind the brand. But let me tell you this too. Another thing, everyone goes gaga over their movements, and so was I for a bit. But I watched this lecture they gave about the movement itself. And, they use silicon parts, and it's quite a complex system they have, but they actually use glue on one of the parts, which just really made me think this is not as good as I thought. And, they even say if you don't service it every 4 or 5 years, shit's going to break, so that brand has kind of gone by the wayside for me. But the Kronefeld is really a beautiful thing. It's just a tough pill to swallow. No, you can't get out of it.
I think stay mainstream. That's what you need to do.
I know.
So how
to get Kronefeld watches from Amsterdam?
What happens if you don't fulfill the order? How do you cancel it? What do you say? Sorry,
I haven't placed the order. An allocation was offered to me, so you would have to make a $10,000 deposit, and then they actually didn't give me the delivery date, but it'd be in the next few months. But let me tell you, those Gronefelds, if you try and buy one used, guys are asking 50 to 60.
Yeah, but the problem is, do you think that's real? Because let's face it. Okay?
No, I don't. I think the spread is really high. I think they pay like 30 and then they ask 50 because I think they have to sit on it for so long. It's not a fast mover that they're just willing to, you know, put up a big number and wait.
Yeah, it's all bullshit, isn't it? It's all bullshit. That's what you're telling me. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, big boy. It's
hard
bullshit.
to tell. You know, some of these FP Jorans, you know, they ask for big money over retail, but rumor has it, you know, if you email some of these dealers and ask for, you know, hard cash,
yeah,
it's kind of a ugly surprise when you find out you don't get what even close.
You can't always get what you want.
Yeah,
you try sometime.
Ooh.
Now, ABC sent me a thing on WhatsApp. I'm just trying to pull this up. I'm going to pull this up here so we guys can see it. This was the comparison he was saying between the this was the comparison between the Baume & Mercier. Baume & Mercier. Okay, so you can see it's got the crown guards.
Move the super chat. Move the super chat.
Super chat. Where have you been? This is where it's got the it's very similar type case, crown guard.
Zoom out.
And it's all like molded in. The crown guards and all that are just like molded in.
Look at that.
So crown guard and pushers, and look at this.
There we go. Twins separated at birth.
Well, the hands are different. Look, there is a lot of differences.
There is a difference.
Case shape.
The shape.
The bezel and case shape.
Yeah.
Not the dial. Not the. Well, the
crown guards are different. The crown guards are different.
Look, I know exactly. Super chat. Super chat.
We're talking about Dutch watches like Gronefeld, so I'm going to talk in a Dutch accent, Mr. GMT, Mr. Sexy.
I'm gonna go, guys. I'll be right back.
See you later, Clyde. See you later,
sexy brother.
Stations of the Cross, guys. Stations of the Cross.
Mike the Snake, what are you doing, man? You're by San Francisco. Where is Mike the Snake? He's sleeping. I think he's sleeping.
Now, look, Mr. Kelsowitz, you know what you need to do? I think you need to man up, okay? I think, seriously, you know, funny, in Singapore itself, even Vacherons, look, Vacherons have gone off the super hot. Okay, the blue one is okay, super hot, but some of the Vacherons are no longer on the boil, but they're all, you got to put an application in. That's how they...
What? For Vacheron? No, you don't.
That's how, no, in Singapore, this is how they sucker you in.
Everything is Singapore.
Yeah, it's all limited edition. They sucker you in with this stuff, right? Now, realistically, you've got to be careful you're not played, okay? Just because a watch is in very small numbers, that doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money. That could just be that there's not much demand for it, okay? Do you understand that?
I disagree, though, because they only have 15 people working at the company. They can only supply so many watches.
Kelsowitz, I'm trying to explain it to you. If you're so confident and you're such an expert, why don't you just buy it then? Buy the allocation then, because you'll learn a lesson.
I don't think you have all the information. I don't think you have all the information on this.
This is how they set. This is all set up. It's all a setup. Okay, I'm not trying to criticize Grunfeld because I think myself personally. Can I give you my advice, please?
Please, of course.
You're very successful. What you do, you're making really, really good money. Okay, good on you. Okay,
bless you.
But it's like one of my competitors. He's got a string of hype Rolexes, and then he gets a specialist brand type watches. They're meant for people who have the Pateks covered, the Langes covered, and then they get some independence. You just don't jump into
this. No, that's true.
That's true. You've got to have your feel. Now, personally, I know my station in life. Okay, here we go, Mr. Valju, $20.
$20, Arch.
That deserves a song. I'm sorry, guys. That deserves a song.
Baby super chat, baby super chat. Na 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 na. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. Here we go. Super chats. Mr. Valju, $20 to the Archieverse. Nah. Wow. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's play it, Archie. We just did. Thank you so much. And what a wonderful guy there. Going to give him a bonus.
Come on, mate. I'm not like the shroom. I'm not like the shroom. Answer me call, man. Come on. I'm a big fan, man. Come on. Answer the call, Arch. Love the pontiff.
So you never answered his
driving
calls.
around on a backhoe. He's driving around on a backhoe. I mean,
True Aussie, eh? He's true Aussie.
Absolute nut. I love it. Don't you love him?
Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Valju, indeed. Look, my advice to you, Kalsowitz. I love you, right? Kalsowitz.
Tell me. No, I know. You're right. I hear you. You're
Doesn't matter
right.
if you buy a Vacheron, an AP, a Patek, or a Lange. If you can get a Jean is about...
That's the only independent you approve of, it sounds like.
But I mean, you know as well as I do, these things are never what they seem. You know, like they try and make this false... The watch industries are full of bullshit, okay? Can I say this to you? They're really full of crap, okay? You've got to be careful. See, people, you know why people buy Rolex? It's so that no one says, "Oh, why did you buy that?" That's stupid.
Yeah, it's safe. It's the safe choice.
It's safe.
I know. I've gone down that road. I've been there and done that. I think Patek is really the next step. It's just, here's my thing. When you look at it pound for pound, tail of the tape, okay? You put up the 5212 and you put up the Gronefeld. You look at the back, it's night and day. The amount of work that goes into that Gronefeld is so, you get so much more value from a watchmaker's perspective, from what you actually get in finishing. It's just night and day. So when I look at it like that, I'm like, that kind of sways your opinion. But then you look at the market and that's another story, you know. I hear you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
It's just,
That's exact. I mean, I'm not trying to put it down or anything.
But you can
like
respect
that.
it, right? I mean, can you look at the watch and just say that's a really well made watch? You know, there's something about it where I think everyone can, appreciate something.
It is well made. Look, it is well made. Okay, but the problem is, do you want to be stuck with it? You know, I tell you honestly.
That's exactly.
Right? Can I say something to you, Kalsowitz? Okay. Can I say something to you? That
hit me.
This fantasy tour you're on, you're successful, you're young, everybody's calling your name, important people like you. Get the Patek. In case this is just a floozy, just a short-lived piss in the pan, get the Patek. You'll always have a Patek. You get the Grunfeld.
Which Patek do you like the look of, Kevin?
He likes the 5212 like tan. He likes tan.
You know what? I don't think you can go wrong with that watch.
I know. I got 3 dealers looking for one for me. I want to get it for 36,000. That's my number.
I think that might be a bit low. Okay.
I know, but I'm trying to squeeze. I'm trying to squeeze them down.
Yeah, well.
Patience.
What can you get one for? 40?
40. Yeah, that's the number.
Look, seriously, I think in your case, right? Seriously, don't get the cheapest one. It'd be terrible.
I want to get the one David SW has. He has a 2022 box and papers. He's asking 41.8. But I'm going to get a couple dealers to quote me, and then I'm going to squeeze them down. See what happens. Are you familiar with what a dink is? A dink.
Double income, no kids.
Yes, you know exactly. And then, do you know what a dink watt is?
No, what's that?
Double income, no kids with a dog.
Do you know what a buppy is?
What?
Black, upwardly mobile.
Oh.
Do you know what a whoopee is? A whoopee?
Oh, this is going south. Tell me.
Whoopee?
Yeah.
Well-off older people.
Okay. Not as cool.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Well,
I've come full circle. Patek's really the way to go. I wish you could buy them new from the AD, but it's just not possible. You know.
Look,
What's their retail price for the
38. It's like high 38s. Okay. So it's basically at retail.
You know what?
Isn't it worth it? The extra $2,000, just pull the trigger, or you want to just wait it out?
Well, I mean,
see
I'll wait a week or two. I want to see if I can get someone to come down.
I'll just be back 1 minute, and we'll.
Sure.
I'll be back.
In that case, no harm done just waiting. Yeah, it's not gonna skyrocket in like a month, is it? So.
That's exactly.
Yeah, long game. The medium to long game. Why not?
I mean, for a casual looking, beach to tux watch, it's the way to go. It's not too dressy. 40 mil steel case, you can't go wrong.
And you know what? I really love the contrast from the blackened hands against that white dial.
Yes. It's not quite a pure white though. It's a little bit of a silvery opaline.
Even better. So if you ever get spotlights on it, you're not going to be dazzled by it. There'll be a nice bit of sheen, but I think it'll be schmicko.
Right. GMT thoughts?
I think he stepped away.
That's okay.
But I think he likes the watch. What's not to like? I mean, is it true that's a handwritten dial, the original that's used to print
the design, but each one is not handwritten. Just the typography itself was originally handwritten, and it was originally supposed to be switched to a machined finish, but Terry Sturm really liked the look of the handwriting, so they ended up using that for all their watches. But I believe they use a regular, ink stamp. It's not like each one's done individually.
Does the industry go by weeks of the year?
No, that's kind of just a random bonus. I do like how they
watch. When your accountant says, "I need your accounts by this week of the year," maybe you can make use of the complication.
I do like the quirkiness of how they have the 53 on the dial. For every 5th or 6th year that there's a 53rd week. I thought that was kind of cool how they accounted for that, but I don't know, kind of nerdy.
There's some crazy maths behind the kind of the engineering. These cogs under the dial must have had some crazy engineering and calculations that went behind it.
Yeah, it's really quite impressive when you think about what's going on. I mean, you got the 3-hander, you got another cog function that's doing your date, you have a day, the week. It's a lot. It's a 5-hand watch. There's a lot happening.
And it's a nice blend of dressing tool.
Yes. What about you? What's in your collection? What's the latest?
Well, the most controversial one is the recent one. That's the Grand Seiko that you can see in the avatar, and I went with it because I wanted something that's different, and I like the way the spring drive movement works. I like the way it moves, the way it sweeps, and I have a lot of respect for Grand Seiko as a brand because I've got a lot of respect for Seiko as a brand. Now I know they're two very different. I don't have a problem with that 5-letter word on my watch being Seiko.
Yeah. No, they make good watches. I have a little Seiko SKX 009, whatever it is, just a simple diver, but I haven't brought myself to pick up a Grand Seiko yet. I don't know. There's just a few things that hold me back, but I do love the smooth sweeping hand of that spring drive. There's just something about it, just knowing that it's somewhat of a hybrid mechanical movement.
It is.
Just takes some of the spirit out for me personally, but I completely respect the watch for itself.
Well, I mean, I think the recent prices have really they're hitting on Rolex territory, not even Omega. So I've got a slightly older model where it's about just over £2,000. I had to pay 20% duty on it as well, which wasn't ideal, but it was from Japan. I couldn't do anything about that.
Here we go.
That's a pretty good deal, though. And is yours steel or titanium?
Steel.
Oh, there you
What's
go. That's a good
steel?
choice.
Steel, guys. Steel is a great metal. I don't really. I got to
Well,
tell you
Arch,
guys,
when I
we're
do
going to
my
go.
review, you're
Yes,
going to
sir.
see a titanium IWC, unfortunately, but I'm going to talk all about why I like that watch. So we
Is
need
that
to
the
arrange.
is that the AMG one?
No, it's not an AMG. It's a GST, old school.
Oh. Now, guys, we're going to add some spice to the show. I'm
Let's
going to
do
go
it.
for a drive. I'm going to go for a drive. I'm going to get the camera hooked up.
Where are you going, Arch?
Sorry?
Where are you going? Whereabouts are you
I
going?
just got to drive one of the kids to his friend's house. And I said, hey, I'll take you. I'll take you. I'll take
You
you.
want to use your new GoPro, don't you?
No, I'm using my phone. The GoPro.
Oh, you're using your phone. I
can't
thought you
stream
wanted to
from
use your new GoPro.
No, I can't stream from the GoPro, but I'm going to.
I'm surprised they haven't got that feature yet. I thought they would have by now.
Well, it doesn't have a mobile SIM in it, does it?
I thought you could just you can just use your
Wi-Fi it, you mean?
Wi-Fi off your phone, sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's have a look here, guys. I'm just checking it. Beamovich. That's pointing to me. Okay. That's okay. I'll just change the settings. Camera. Front facing. We want the facing back. There we go. That's what we want. That's done. Okay. Done. Enter studio. Here he comes. Beamovich is coming on now. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, guys.
How is that?
All right, so
Go out and about.
Let's do it.
Okay, let me put my shoes on and we're out of here.
No worries. Yoo-hoo! We're
Hey,
going
guys,
for a
have
drive,
my
boys.
Shoes on. Just putting my shoes on.
Uh-oh, carpet beetles. Hey, have you calculated the depreciation per kilometer on that Beamer? What is it? You got $5 or $6 a kilometer every
It's
time
about
you
$1
drive
a
that
kilometer.
thing?
It cost me $1 a kilometer. I can tell you that now. It's $1. Oh, Pavel says, let's see the bees on the way out. Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Let's just change the view.
Super chat, eh? Just remember that was a super chat.
1 minute. We can show you the bees on the way out there. Okay, here we go. Putting my. Here we go, guys. I thought we'd add some exciting stuff, you know. I may not be in New York. I may not be able to do some exciting stuff, but we can look at bees and go for a drive. How's that in the suburbs?
Why not? Whatever you got is a bonus, Arch. Whatever you show us is a bonus.
Okay, here we go.
Paul, why do you have to drive? You got the bus stop right out there. It's so convenient. Have you ever waited for the bus?
The bus? Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, the bus. The bus is good, but. So, here we go. So let's have a look at the bees. Here we go, the bees. Whoops, shit. I just knocked my horses over. Shit.
Our men's horse.
I just knocked them over, my lights. I'll fix that up later. Hey, Nate, you ready to go? Nathan?
What is that? What are these things here? These little houses things. What are they? Are they where your bees are?
They're hives.
Oh, wow. So you
So
get
they're
fresh
hives.
honey? Is that right?
Yeah, these are stingless bees.
Beautiful.
You ready to go? Okay, I'm just going to start the car, then come out, okay? Okay, we've got to start the car up because it's been sleeping. Here we go into the garage. I got to get some use out of it before I return the thing. I think
Arch,
Starchy's
aren't you
right.
scared something's going to fall on your car? In your garage?
I think Starchy's right. You know that? You know Starchy's right?
What's he right? What did he say?
He said, when are you going to get rid of the bloody thing? He's not wrong, is he?
No, you don't get rid of it. You enjoy driving it, don't you? Hey, Arch!
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's expensive, you know?
I know, Archie. What do you do? That's life.
I
right?
worry about, you know, there's the camera. Look at the reversing camera. I got 22. Look at the kilometers. 22,459.
That's fucking nothing, mate.
kilometers.
That's nothing.
These engines with the plastic in them, they only last to 100. Okay.
Oh shit.
Let me give you the. Okay, so now.
Is your roller
give the
door
horn.
electric, Arch?
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
Here he goes. Now this is the other boy. He's coming to drop him off. He can jump in. He can hold the camera to me. Hello, you can film me here, okay? Yeah, just hold that. There we go. Sure.
If that was my kids, I'd be saying, "Leave me the fuck alone."
There we go. Look at this. We're going for a drive. It's a lovely day out here today.
I told you, man. You live in the best place in Australia. I tell you that every time I speak to you.
It was raining yesterday. You know, yesterday it was just absolute rain. And today it's sunny.
So, Arch, you don't need your glasses to drive?
No, because I they're reading glasses.
Oh, they're reading glasses. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so if I wear them, I find it hard to see in the distance then because it's blurry. So let's go for a drive.
You actually look
There we go.
awesome without your glasses on, man. Why don't you wear some sunglasses then? Oh, it's cut out. We've lost Arch.
The Metro PCS is cutting out, Arch.
Oh, the what?
You cut out for a bit.
Oh, that's okay. We're back again, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at the nice sunshine here today. Isn't that beautiful? Look at it. There's not a cloud in the sky.
It's gorgeous, mate. Brisbane is absolutely gorgeous. My favorite place in Australia.
It's unfortunate that it's the fire station there. That's the little Anzac place there, Anzac Memorial. And this here is, we're going past, there's a big golf course here. It's kind of a bit low, it floods a bit. But this is Mount OMMANEY. This is a bit more expensive. They're really nice houses here. A lot of sporting celebrities live there. And what's the weather in Darwin today like?
It's sunny. It's cloudy today. Actually, we were expecting rain, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful drive here. Look at this road here. This is nice. This is Middle Park here. This is really nice suburb. They've got a flag. Show them the flag. Someone's got the flag in their yard. Very patriotic. And up here, they even have deer that walks out here sometimes. They have deer.
It's messing with my head driving on the wrong side of the road like this.
This is normal for me.
And that's the golf course. That's the golf course. They got this big bloody fence around it, which it's just beautiful. But look at this. It's just absolutely beautiful. Look at this. And this is on the river. This on the back of this here, you can't see it, but there's actually the Brisbane River at the back of this. And it's really nice here. It's really nice. And now just trying to work out, we're going to Westlake Drive, aren't we? Yeah. So look, isn't this leafy Brisbane nice here?
So what direction is the Surf and Turf Pizza from here?
Oh, that's the complete opposite way.
Oh.
I think they closed down. Is Pizza Caper still going, Nate?
I haven't seen one in a while.
No, Pizza Caper's closed down in Australia, in Darwin.
Oh.
Did they close down?
In Darwin, they did.
What
They
went
weren't
wrong?
doing really well. I
I
just
don't
think
think
they weren't doing well.
fresh. You know, the other thing is too. I don't think they were using fresh crusts, were they?
I don't know.
The bacon,
Actually,
they were
that I
roasted.
can't. That I don't know. That's just above my pay grade. I've got no idea.
They weren't cheap.
No, they weren't. Not at all.
They definitely were not cheap.
You got all those pizzas for free.
Yeah, the beef and reef pizza. Yeah, that's right. They were
That's what I'm
delicious,
thinking
weren't
of.
they?
Beef and reef. That's exactly.
Look
Wow.
at this. This is Brisbane. This is the suburbs here. This is quite affluent. This suburb here. There's the lake. You can see the lake over there. Man-made lake.
Now, are you in sport mode or touring?
No, I'm just in comfort mode because it's only cold. And I can't afford the gas. The super chats have been bad lately. I can't afford the gas.
I see.
The gas. You know, the gas
Tell me
hasn't
about
been.
it, Arch. It's pretty bad at the moment.
This way. Left. Stop. Wait, left.
Yeah.
We're almost here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just tell me when you stop. I think it's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. There's a couple houses down. Yeah, it's this one. You can stop here on this side.
So do you want me to pick you up later or what's
Oh, I can walk home.
You sure?
Yeah. Here's your camera.
Okie dokie, guys. There we go. How is that? Guys?
That was nice and close. That wasn't too far, was it?
It's pretty close that there. See you later.
So how are you going to do it now? What are you going to do? You're going to drive with one hand?
No, I'm not allowed to drive with the phone. You know, the laws now are so nasty, right?
You need something like a gimp on that attaches to your car, so you can just clip it onto your car while you're driving.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to change the settings. Just hang on, camera. There we go. That's better.
There you go. You're waiting. Oh, you have to look at your reading. You have to put your reading glasses back on. I forgot.
Yeah. I'll just do a little drive back because you know that where I live now, they've gotten so nasty. You're not allowed to even if you're driving. Once you press drive, indicate to drive, you're not allowed to touch the phone. You know that?
Once you put it in drive, you're not allowed to do what, Arch?
You're not allowed to touch the phone.
How do they know if you're touching the phone?
Because they got fucking cameras everywhere.
Really?
They got these AI. They use AI. These cameras take photo. I mean, it's not in the suburbs here, right? But when you stop at traffic lights, there's cameras everywhere that are actually taking photos of you. It works out whether you're touching your phone.
Oh, interesting. We don't have that in Darwin, thank God.
Well, they got that in New South Wales and Melbourne.
Yeah, we're too much of a too much of the outback.
I mean, I don't understand this. The governments make it so hard just to be a citizen. You know, they fucking try and trap you. Speed cameras, red light cameras.
Toll fees.
The tolls, you know, it's really expensive to be a Joe citizen, isn't it now?
Oh yeah, we don't. That's why I love living in Darwin, Arch. We don't have any of that, so it's great.
Yeah, Darwin.
We don't have much of anything, to be honest.
Actually, I went to Mount Isa. I've been to Mount Isa, right? That's very much like Darwin, right?
It's similar. They reckon. I've never been there, but they've said it's very similar. Mount Isa and Darwin are very similar. Yeah.
Oh, you never been to Mount Isa?
No, I never know. No, Arch.
You can drive there, can't you?
Oh, it's pretty far. It's not close. It'll take me a while. It's not close.
Yeah. it's such a beautiful day today. The sky is just.
It's blue. There's not a cloud in sight.
No. It's incredible. It is incredible. I must say that it is absolutely incredible. But you know what? You just got to do what you got to do. You can't really.
You got to get a car mount for your phone so you can mount it the way I do. Then you can have it on yourself or have it outside so people can see the view.
Yeah, you're right. Because normally
that way you
when
can do
I'm
more
in
of
the
this
car,
stuff.
it's got the Bluetooth integrated in, so I'm normally not filming. The phone is in a charging bay. See?
Well, the one that I've got actually charges your phone as well at the same time. The docking station that I have.
Oh, I see. Got you.
You know.
Very.
And you can do everything. It charges it while you're on there. So you know how it takes a lot of battery power to stream. It actually charges it for you, so you don't lose any power, and you know it can last a while. That's why when I drive, I can last a while I'm driving. That didn't sound good, but anyway, yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, I see. It's like creating your own energy, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Got you. So, okay, that's interesting.
That's why you can see me driving all the time and not never cut out or run out of power.
Because you're trying to charge your phone.
Because it's charging it at the same time while I'm streaming, while it's on the gimbal, while it's on that docking station.
Oh.
And you can set it up. What you do is, Arch, you set it up before you start driving, so you never have to touch it again. You just keep driving. You don't have to touch it. It just stays where it is. It's once it's set up.
Got you. So how is that? Look at that. How is that?
Yeah, it looks very blurry at the moment.
It's blurry?
Yeah.
I'm in my garage now. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm afraid something's going to fall on your car with all that stuff around it.
They're on shelves. It's on shelves. It's not really.
Yeah, and having my kids around, trust me, something will fall on. Well, you know that I've got to go TV hunting today. Fucking shit.
Why don't you? You can get a cheap TV. Do you have to get a good one?
Listen, I'm a person like yourself, Arch. If I'm going to get something, I want to get something that's going to, you're going to sit in front of your TV for a while. You want it to look, decent. I'm not
buy
gonna get the
once,
best of the
cry
best.
once. Buy once, cry once.
That's it. That's it. Perfectly said, Castlewitch. Perfectly said.
Yeah, buy once, cry once. That's a good.
But the one that I'm getting is the last year model. I'm not getting the current model because, first of all, they're not out yet, and second of all, these are just as good as the last year model. There's not much of a difference. I looked at the reviews on them, so I'll get the last year one, and I get it for half the price. So why not? It's just trying to find one is a problem.
Costco, baby, Costco.
Yeah, we don't have Costco here.
Oh shit.
Archie, do you have Costco? You don't have Costco, do you?
Yes, we do. In Brisbane, we do have Costco.
Oh, you do?
Join. You got to join the membership. You got to join.
Oh, all right, okay.
Like you got to join. Hey, I'm going to just switch over to the other camera, okay?
No worries, Archie. You do what you got to do, buddy.
Thank you.
And he's gone.
So what's the go, GMT? Give me the goss. What's happening?
There's not much goss, really. It's just I stay away from all the goss now. I just got myself into too much shit, so I just stay away from everything.
I gotta find my glasses. I lost my glasses.
They're in your car. You had them on the side of your door in your car.
Yeah, I'll go and get them. I lost them.
Lucky I'm watching you. Yeah, I stay away from all sorts of goss. I just like to I got too much on at the moment starting, so less goss, the better it is for me. How about yourself? What's been going on?
Not too much, man. Not too much. The watch hunt continues. It never ends.
You're in one of the most exciting industries that out of everyone in the community, I think.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. It's good
Yeah,
fun.
that's awesome, man. So good.
It's not looking
sounds
good
like
at
you
the
enjoy it.
moment, though. We have an impending writers' strike.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yes.
Yeah, so things have gotten a little bit slower, but that's okay. It's all it all comes in waves. So
Yeah, well, they had a few years ago they had the same thing going on, didn't they?
well, there's different issues sometimes. Just recently, a couple of years ago, it was the IATSE, which are all the crew members, were about to go on strike because they all wanted benefits, and now it's the writers. So these usually 3-year contracts. So at the moment, it's the writers themselves that are looking to get a better deal made.
There we go, guys. How was that? Did you enjoy that? We go for a drive?
Yeah, why not? That was awesome. That was
Patel Philippe, $5.50. Mr. GMT, name one watch that you would trade the 18238 for if someone offered you the trade. Patek. Would you offer a trade for the Patek?
I wouldn't trade it for anything, Arch. That watch means the world to me.
Sounds like a no. Sounds
I
like a
wouldn't trade
no.
it for anything.
It sounds like a no. Jimmy says, Arch, that was a cool drive. Nice area there in Brisbane. Yes. I got to tell you, it's getting rather frightening. Can I share a secret with you or not really?
Of course you can. That's why we're here, for all the little dirty little secrets.
Well, I had Jean-Claude Beaver on yesterday.
Yes.
He makes good money. Yeah. He's a lawyer. He makes good money. But he's got a house that's worth $1.6 million, right?
Ooh.
He owes $800.
Mm-hmm.
His repayments have gone from being 2.5 a month to about 5, because the interest rate we've had basically interest rates have gone up 3%.
That's why you got to get a fixed rate, Arch. It's easy.
I fixed my rate. I told you that, didn't I? I fixed my rate.
Yeah, but see, in Australia, Mr. GMT, we only fix for 3
years
normally.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
In America, they fix for 30 years. Did you know that?
Yeah, the whole run.
What?
Yeah, you get the whole 30-year. Yeah.
We're getting gypped here, mate. I tell you what. Fucking hell.
Here we go. We got
That's
a super
bullshit.
chat from Patel Philippe, $5.50. Kalsowitz, ideal dream job for you as a cameraman. Game of Thrones, Riverdale, Star Wars, Mandalorian, and ArchieLuxury.
Mandalorian, Arch.
Live stream, baby. I actually just worked on a Star Wars show. We talked about that before, so I actually checked that box already, which was an amazing.
Oh, you done? What is it? A TV show or a movie?
Yeah, it's a TV show. It's a Disney Plus show. It's coming out at the end of the year. It's called Skeleton Crew. Check it out.
Skeleton Crew. I know about the Skeleton Crew. It's got that English actor in it as well. What's his name?
Yeah,
the main guy.
Jude Law. Yeah,
Jude
he was
Law,
her star. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big movie buff, so I know so much. So it's good. That's why I love the industry you're in.
I tell you something. I was shocked the other day. I came across an article on. Do you remember? Do any of you guys remember Family Ties?
No.
Yeah, I remember Family Ties. What about
you know that Mallory has aged so much now?
I haven't seen it lately. No, I haven't seen it lately.
Okay. Yeah, they had those articles. Where are they now? They'll bring up somebody from
30, 40 years where are they now?
She does a lot of producing herself now. And I'll just bring up a picture. Because you remember Mallory, don't you? Mallory, that was the fashion. Here we go. This is Mallory. She still looks nice. I'm not trying to take anything away from her. There you go. But, when she was in the TV show, that was 35 years ago.
Holy cow.
Yeah, no, she looks good for that many years.
She's 57. She's 57. Okay, she's 57.
She's aged a lot, man. But you can see she's done nothing to her looks. You know what I mean? She hasn't.
She looks nice. She was very.
That was just a bad photo as well. That's the one that you showed before.
Yeah. But I think look. There
I
you
thought
go.
she was very good looking when she was young. Very.
Oh, she was. She was. I mean, look. These celebrities, they rely on their good looks.
What is she doing with herself? Because she was on that and a few other things, but she's not doing anything.
She's a director. She's a writer. She writes scripts. She's producer.
A lot of actresses do a lot of plastic surgery and stuff to retain their young looks too.
She refuses to have plastic surgery, and I think
good for her.
Good on her.
But she
still doesn't look terrible. She looks quite nice. I think
great.
I've got a friend. He reckons he doesn't need to get any Botox or anything. He just keeps on putting on weight.
Well, actually, I must say one thing. She's very thin, which doesn't.
She is.
The wrinkles look worse when you're thinner.
Yeah.
Like she had she was really cute. She was really cute in her younger
She was beautiful, man. What do you, even now, like for her age, considering like she's done nothing to herself, you know?
Yeah. No, it's Hollywood itself has unrealistic expectations on people, you know?
Yeah.
This is the big problem.
Oh, she's with that other actor right there. That what's the number? The photo you just showed there with the 3 actors together? He was he dating her or something?
That's her brother.
Is that her brother?
Bateman. Yeah,
Bateman. He was on the new movie called Air. It's about the way they got Michael Jordan to sign a deal with Nike. It was such a good movie. I watched it the other day.
It's just out right now, right?
Yeah, it is fantastic movie. Fantastic.
My kids brother and sister. There you go. That's the brother and sister now.
Yeah.
See?
Now I can see the resemblance.
See, Hollywood. Tell me this, Kalsowitz, you work in Hollywood, right? Here we go. We've got another super chat here. I'll come back to you. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie, as the discerning movie buff that you are, what is the difference of the role of the gaffer versus the grip? So the gaffer, he's the guy who runs around with the sticky tape, and the grip, he's the one who... The grip is the guy who moves all the cabling on the set.
Now, isn't the gaffer the guy that holds the pole with the microphone above everybody?
That would be the boom operator.
It's the boom operator.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get a few lessons here from Kasowitz. Let's do this.
The gaffer is the chief lighting technician. So they work with the director of photography on setting lights. They have a lot of lighting technicians that work with them in setting those lights. And the reason they call it a gaffer is because there's a gaff stick that they used to use to reach up to the lights to point them in different directions. Okay. So the gaffer is your lighting guy, and then the grip on set is shaping the light. So if you want to take some light off of the wall or you want to create some shadows, they're also heavily involved in the construction of the set. So yeah,
grip might be considered like the lighting engineer.
They're shaping the lights, so they're kind of putting in diffusion. They're adding some negative fill. They're basically shaping the light, taking light away from areas that they don't want it on.
Okay. Oh, well, you learn something new every day.
Tell me, there's a lot of jobs on set. Hollywood stars there. I mean, they crash and burn. Do you think the industry is brutal, Kalsowitz, or how do you...
brutal? It's tough for actors, man. It comes and goes. You know, you can get on a run and think you're going to be, the A-lister forever, and then nothing comes.
It's happening to The Rock at the moment.
Oh yeah,
he's getting pulled down to earth at the moment as we speak.
It's a tough thing.
He was the highest paid actor in the world there for a little bit.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So what happens? You just become, you're no longer flavor of the month.
You do. What happens is, it's not that. A lot of them do. They think they're better than everyone else, and they call shots that they shouldn't be calling, and it damages their reputation a little bit. That's what happens. Is that right, Kasowitz? Am I not?
Yeah, dude. That's you got to be really good at taking rejection. They audition for so many jobs, and so few people actually make it. It's really a challenge, But if you're good and you know the right people and you're a nice person, that's another thing. You have a lot of talented actors, and then they get to set and they piss everybody off, and that can get around.
That gets around too.
You piss off the wrong producer. The next job comes, and they'll ask for references. Who was the producer on the last job, and call him and see how it went. Oh, he was late every day. He was a prima donna. He asked for this, that, and the third, and it's like, well, we don't want to work with that guy. Yeah.
Look at Jason Statham. He's like on every movie, every other movie. you know,
He's
or
doing really well
has
for
been.
himself.
Yeah, very much so. And there's another, you know, the Marvel series, you know, the Avengers. That's kept a number of actors busy.
Yeah, but they killed them off
over
or
the
they
years.
retired them off. So a lot of them, the original cast have been.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole thing.
into
You've
the
got to
side.
realize it's a short show business can be such a short-lived business.
True.
You got to have a fallback, don't you, Kalsowitz?
Robert Downey Jr. did the best out of all of the Avengers financially.
Yeah.
It's not even actors. I mean, even vendors and crew members. I mean, at the moment, I was just telling GMT, there's an impending writer's strike at the moment. So plenty
Yeah.
of shows are kind of holding back and starting till they work out that contract with the Writers Guild. So,
wow.
And I don't
Here we
blame them
go.
either.
Sirocco Sales, $5. Important question from Power Week, Kalsowitz. Do you film close-up sex scenes? If so, can he have copies?
I've been asked, but I have not. I have not. Sorry. No, it's a difficult thing, though. You know, everyone's trying to make a buck out of this industry. But there's a kind of a weird thing going on because, you know, I'm sure you've all heard of residuals, and whenever a deal
Yeah.
is made,
Yeah.
you know, the
Do you
actors
get
get paid.
residuals?
No, crew don't get residuals.
No.
But one thing that's part of the whole negotiation right now, because there's a story, and there's been plenty of them like this, where there was a writer, he created the screenplay. I forgot the film's name, but it was an Adam Sandler flick. It came out in like 2011, 2012. And long story short, they sold that movie to Netflix, and like 10 years later, like this is probably a couple of years ago. And yet again, another round of residuals. The actors get paid, the director gets paid, the producer gets paid. The writer got nothing on the back end deal. So they make all this money selling to Netflix, and the writer who created the whole story is left, you know, out in the wind. So it's like
I always thought that they always got treated they always got a disservice of the way that all the effort that they put into the movies, you know, because always in the back of my mind I thought, why doesn't the writer get much credibility in what they do? They just always about the director, about everyone else, which is fair enough. But what about the writer? I've always thought that, and I thought it was wrong. You know.
Yeah. So tell me this: what's the with these? So you're saying, Kalsowitz, it's not only the actors who are short-lived; it can be crew as well. Gaffers and grips, they're also short-lived.
Well, no, I'm just saying,
you?
like, not necessarily short-lived, but it's seasonal. You know, it comes and goes. It's like a freelance job. So you do one job, it may last 4 months. Then you do a commercial for 2 days. Then you might sit on your ass for a month or two until you get the next job. You know, so you really got to be ready for the ups and the downs.
Yeah,
I see. And Hollywood is expensive to live there too. It's not cheap, is it?
Well, LA is a pretty big place. There's a lot of options. But yeah, generally, I mean, it is expensive. You don't want to live in Hollywood. It's actually not the best area of town.
Nope.
Pine Baron, $10. Here we go. $10 from our good friend Pine Baron. Happy Easter, Arch, and to all those who celebrate. The movie industry is failing because the pontiff is taking their viewers with the YouTube machine. Do you think that's true?
That's right. Oh yeah, yeah. That's millions of people are tuning into you and watch you.
I like Pine Baron. He's a legend.
Kalsowitz, is that true?
I don't know about YouTube itself, but I do know that network TV is on the downswing. You know, a lot of people are switching to the streaming, and YouTube. I mean, I guess people are watching, but
Here's an interesting statistic. When Family Ties, that was shot in the 80s, when they were doing well, they had 50 million viewers a show.
Wow.
Nowadays, a show is successful with 5 million views. What's a successful show? Tell me that, Kalsowitz.
I don't know. I think it's all network based. You know, you can't really compare like CBS to, you know, they'll look at their own, the shows that they have out currently, and they'll say, oh, well, this show had 2 million viewers. This one had 6 million. So let's just keep going with the $6 million one and cancel the 2 million.
Well, you have new players into the group, like Netflix. You know, is producing their own shows, and or they're buying shows and calling them a Netflix production.
Or,
like
they get like people like Adam Sandler to sign up with them as well, and they
Orange
get you know, to do all their movies.
Here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Mr. GMT, the writers of AC3 show put together a whole script for him to follow, but once Pontiff sees the spotlight, it's the start of the Fat Lady song.
I love you, Tan. You're a legend, mate.
So cool, isn't he? And Forbin Colossus says he knows a cameraman I know spent $75,000 on equipment and is looking for work. Yes, it's brutal. I suppose, Kalsowitz, one thing about you is you're always very even keel. What do you do? How do you stop worrying about this sort of stuff? How old are you? You're mid-30s, aren't you? How old are you?
Yep, that's right. Yep, exactly.
So how do you stop worrying about it? Fuck, will I have a...
It's funny. I used to worry about it the first couple of years because I didn't know that many people. My network was pretty small on the people I could call for work. And, after a few years of worrying about it and it all working out, you just kind of just roll with the punches and know that it'll come back eventually. The whole thing is just making sure that you have a little stockpile to fall back on. That's where the stress comes in, is when you're flipping over coins. Am I going to make, but if you're in a position where you're going to be okay for a bit, you can kind of sleep well knowing that it all comes back. Everyone's always going to be watching content, so they have to keep making these shows. So in the back of your mind, you could just rest easy knowing that, eventually something will come. It always does. It always has. So.
Because the thing is, when you're working, you make really good big money, don't they?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. The hours are quite long. You got to be ready for 80-hour weeks and waking up at 4 a.m. and being home at 9:30 at night. There's sometimes when you do night shoots where you start at 6 p.m., you finish at 8 a.m. It can be
brutal.
It's not all roses. Everyone looks at people pass by a film set, it's like, oh, that is so cool, look, they're making a movie. It's like, come back in 14 hours and tell me what you think about the movie. It's like,
they've reshot the same scene all day long, and everybody's tired and pissed off, and
That's why Frank Sinatra was so good. One take, Frankie. One take.
What about Ed Wood? Remember Ed Wood? He was this producer that was famous for being like the worst producer in the history of filmmaking, and he would do one take. And there's a monster, a horror film he did where like the gravestone fell over during the scene, and he was just like, cut, take, let's go, move on to the next scene. I mean, he just like, he made the worst movies ever. They actually made a movie about it called Ed Wood. He just would take one take on every scene, and that's it. Like, no matter how bad anybody fucked up, he just did one take and then move on. And he made some of the worst films ever known to man.
Patel Philippe, $11. AC3, Kalsowitz has worked on some heavy-hitting shows. Give him recommendations for the equivalent heavy-hitting watches. Gromfeld, 1941. Patek, 5212. Lorient Ferrier, Square, Micro, Ruder, Ice Blue.
My favorites.
Go for the 5212. Come on, man. I just it's money in its reserve. You can always get out of the 5212, don't you think?
100%. No, yeah, we've decided.
Because that's what your watches are too. They're a bit of a reserve in case things go down. Don't you see that or not?
Yes. So yeah, at least psychologically, even if you don't even do that, it's nice knowing.
Yep. In the back of my head, even as my watch collection may slowly grow, I always think that, like, someday if I have enough stashed away, that I may, merge everything, all my assets together to get another Pantera or something.
Speaking of which, okay, Mike, I've been meaning to tell you this because I've been hearing you on the stream here. It seems like your grail is that Vacheron, the 4500B. Is that right? The Overseas?
Yeah,
that's the watch you really want.
That's for today.
That's my for today.
Just quickly, I got a super chat from Pine Baron, $10. I used to watch BBC News and read Shakespeare. Not any longer. ArchieLuxury gets all available free time. ArchieLuxury and automotive maintenance, of course. Thank you, Pine
Love it.
Pine Barren.
Love it.
He's the guy with the. Is he the guy with the Ferrari, or that's Humble Pine? I'm trying to remember.
There's two of them, yeah. Pine Barren and Humble Pine.
Yeah. But
I
that's good.
forget,
Automotive maintenance is always a way to go. I agree. Toyota Mo, $5. Mike, Arch is known for his bespoke one-take videos. Would you say his work is some of the worst? Yes. Medium Legend, Toyota Mo, and Pine Barren, $10. Arch, I was traveling a lot and missed your shows around the Rolex new model launch. Did they release anything worth getting? Not really. Did they release anything worth getting? What do you think? They had nothing.
Look, it
we
depends
will be
what
able
it
to.
depends. See, I don't know what he's got in his collection. It's a hard thing to actually say to him. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't have an Explorer 1, I would get the Explorer 140.
Yeah,
yeah. That's a good point.
that's a great one.
That's a great
Or the
watch,
I don't know if you like the new two tones. It's up to you, but yeah, a lot of people don't.
Those are
New
going to be
two-tones,
impossible to get for a year or two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to tell you, Rolex itself there, they had some amazing they had a titanium Yachtmaster that
the
was
Yachtmaster,
pretty damn amazing.
I just held that 50 millimeter titanium watch, that pocket watch actually. I forgot the name, but massive.
Here we go.
massive
I'm just
piece.
going to bring this up here. For our good friend here. The new releases for 2023.
I
Look
think
at this.
the big hitters were the 40 mil Explorer, the titanium.
Look at this here.
Yachtmaster,
What did they? That Sky Dweller is beautiful.
Yeah.
They got the stone. They revised the Panda. All the Daytonas got revised cases. Sky Dweller, they released that blue 40 mil. They got some stone dial day dates, and Cellini's now got an 18. It's been replaced by 18.
And they've also got a full
1908.
as a Power. What's the name? Pavel? Not Pavel? Is it Pavel? Powie? No, Powie. Powie says that the new Jubilee solid gold GMT is beautiful.
Yes.
Really stands out.
Malik Diamond, $10. Archie, back to the 116622 platinum dial. 11, he's talking about the reference number, has the updated clasp. Thoughts? Let's call it up. Let's call it up and have a look here. So this is the find a Rolex. Let's have a look. Yachtmeisters. We want to look at the Yachtmeisters. Let's see how. Here we go. Here's a Yachtmeister. Let's have a look. Yachtmeisters.
Are you talking platinum bezel?
They've always had platinum bezel on the Yachtmeisters. That's a platinum bezel.
Mm-hmm.
Steel. It's always been steel. That's why they were a bit more expensive than. That is why they were more expensive than the Submariner, because they got the platinum bezel, the Yachtmeister. Let's have a look at the Yachtmeister. Which ones do you want to look at? Look at the Yachtmaster. Here we go. The standard Yachtmaster. Let's have a look. What do we got here? Okay, we want to configure this, of course. That's the
Yachtmaster to get. That rose gold one on rubber. If you're going to get a Yachtmaster, to me, that's your best bet.
The problem is it's so expensive. They're
25 grand.
Is that cheap?
For a rose.
There we go.
Gold.
Look at this. This is the one he's talking about. Grey dial, aqua hands.
It's a little doggy.
Oh, they've had that. I thought the Yachtmasters always had that clasp. No.
What's different about it?
Look at this dial here. Look at the blue.
I think the 37 millimeter version of that on a woman looks nice.
It's great. Yes. Look at that. That's a beautiful 17,350 for that. What do you think?
That's a ripoff.
That's a ripoff. That's Aussie dollars. That's Aussie. 30% cheaper for you Americans.
You get a sub or a GMT for half the price. It's if we're talking,
if you can, that's another question. If you can, these are more gettable than the other ones.
Oh, you
Based
said
on their
Malik Diamond,
pricing, though.
$5. Not that watch, Arch. The 116622 platinum dial, not rhodium. Oh, okie dokie. He's the Rolex 116622. Da 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 da. Let's bring it up, baby.
Da-da, da-da.
I thought that was the watch I had up, wasn't it? Platinum dial, not rhodium. What does he mean? Tell me what I got wrong.
Type in platinum dial and you'll get it. It'll come up.
Oh, he means with the red hand. That's right. He does. The red hand. See the red? He's right there. Look. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't mind these. I don't mind these.
I don't mind
like
it
these.
either, actually. Now that I see that photo.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
They're a beautiful watch. It's beautiful.
Very
The
underrated.
red.
Very underrated.
I like it. I got nothing against that.
A lot of people don't like these models, so it'd probably be the one to get.
Sirocco sales, $5. Oh, sorry. No, not Sirocco. This is Pine Barren, $5. Does Sirocco sales still hate the Yachtmaster 2 and all those who own them? I got to be honest with you. I actually have started to warm to the Yachtmaster 2. I don't hate it. It's a big watch. It's a chunky monkey, but that's the charm of it, don't you think?
That sort of watch suits you, Arch. You're a big guy. It'll suit you, man.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think. I think it's not so bad there.
It depends on your body structure, the person that you are. If that sort of watch will suit you. That's how I look at a watch.
I don't know. This is kind of a stale watch. I mean, if you're looking at all the sports watches that they offer, I would go Submariner or GMT. Black dial. Got to go black dial.
Fair point. Have you got a
I
diver?
actually like the new color.
You have. You got the glass hoot.
Yep, I got the CQ, and then I have.
You sure do.
I got the GMT Batman.
Yes, you're very lucky, man. Here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Name a watch that represents the following cities: Darwin, Perth, Adelaide, Canberra, and Brisbane. Name a watch that represents the following city. What's the Darwin watch?
What do you think that would be, Arch?
What do you think Darwin?
It has to be very rugged, robust and rugged. And so what would it be?
So I'd always almost say that day date you've got. That's the Darwin watch, because that's what I think of when I think of Darwin, is that 18238 you've got. The day date you've got. That's the Mr. Sexy watch. Perth? What's in Perth?
It's got to be a gold piece, right? You got the mint over there.
That's right.
Yeah, the mint. It's not quite 24 karat, but it's almost. Perth. What do I think of?
What about the rose gold Yachtmaster?
Yeah, good point. Adelaide, for me, Adelaide always reminds me of the 6006 because I sold it
to Tony Nico.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. Have you heard from him lately?
Every now and then he sends me a message, yeah.
What's he up to?
Oh, nothing. He's just, he's had another child. He's just enjoying life.
Good on him. Canberra, that's a watch with too much red tape that doesn't really work. I'd say Yachtmaster 2.
You nailed it. You nailed it,
Brisbane, no one can understand it. Brisbane, it would have to be that world time they had with Brisbane on it.
Yep. Perfect.
It's the 5230 when it first came out. Swinging Kangaroo, $2. Darwin watch is custom made art piece, world time only. That's the Jonathan watch.
The Jonathan special. You know what? The funny thing is, he never kept that the ring, so you know what? He doesn't get to enjoy saying that.
100% right. 100% right.
He's only got a picture of it, and that's all he's got.
Yes. It's very interesting watches indeed there. Very interesting. What do I associate? You know, I tell you what, I'd love to come up and see you one day, Mr.
I'd love for you to come up, Arch. It'll be
Yeah.
awesome, man.
It's the problem is Darwin is just so expensive to get there. You know what
It's
I mean?
expensive to get here, and it's if you don't get here at the right time of year, it's very hot as well, Arch. So you got to time it right, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. But I'd love to see you.
Oh yeah, be awesome. Have
It's
you
a
in the
long
shop?
flight.
We'll
It's a
feel-
long
we'll
flight,
feel-
you know?
Yeah, but you know, you watch a movie or so, or TV show, and you're here. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how I
Yeah,
look at it.
that's true. That's very true.
I tell you what, when Tanzil, Bear, and I fly out there, we should do a little caravan. We'll all get in the Beamer. We'll take a little road trip, Paul. Let's do it.
Do you know how
Oh,
many
in the Beamer?
kilometers away it is? Do you know how many kilometers Darwin is from where I am? It's like 4,000 kilometers.
It's like I think 4 days trip, 4-day trip.
Talk miles to me. I don't know about this kilometer crap.
It's 4 days. Just say days. We just use days, right? 4 days to get to
Dude.
that one.
EasyJet. We'll take an EasyJet. Tiger Air.
No, I don't think they got Tiger Air at that one. I don't think so. Are they even in Australia still? I don't even know.
No, Tiger's
Paul,
gone.
put
That
him
was,
out
that
of
was owned by
business.
Virgin, remember?
They're
the
they're
distance
finished.
is 3,400 kilometers, 3,462 kilometers,
2,500 miles.
2,500 miles. Is that a
4
lot?
days,
21,
4 days.
21 and a half, 2,150 miles. Is that a long way, Kalsovitz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a road trip or what is that, Kalsovitz?
Yeah, you can do a race trip. with that.
Multi-day road trip.
Yeah. It
It's
wouldn't be an
called
overnight
torture.
road trip. It'd be a
I'll tell you
4-day
what,
trip
I know
road trip.
New York to Los Angeles, you're looking at 2,700 miles. So
Shit.
Wow.
New York to Los Angeles, 2,700
And
miles.
you know the bad thing is, Arch, it's all most of it is desert by the time you get here, and then you start seeing a bit of green, you know?
Yeah. Australia's really crazy. When I owned my bicycle shop, there were some guys that bought bikes from us that rode all the way across the outback on mountain bikes. And
Wow. Here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Jin mentioned to Tattersols that he wants to nominate Paul Pluter for membership. What are your 3 top reasons not to join Brizzy's most exclusive club? It's expensive. I don't really go in the city that much, and nobody would second me. Okay, there you go. Cabby Lake, Cabby Lake, $10.20. I was eating tiger tail ice cream today and wondered if you've ever had that flavor, Arch. Highly recommend. What's tiger tail? I'm going to do a Google
I've never
on
heard of
that.
it before.
Tiger tail ice cream? What the hell is that? Tiger tail ice cream. What is this?
must be something with
Tiger
stripes.
tail. What is
chocolate stripes.
an
and
orange
vanilla.
flavored ice cream with ribbons of black licorice throughout?
He's got a
Far
beautiful
out.
avatar watch
Oh.
too, Arch. Look at the
Look.
GMT as a
Sorry?
the GMT
does.
that he's got as an
He's
avatar.
got,
It's
he's got
beautiful.
an amazing. Just going to
Yeah.
bring that up there now. Just bring this up. Tiger tail ice cream. There we go.
I know.
Images,
I
tiger
love
tail. This is tiger tail. So orange with licorice in it. Tiger tail.
I love Tiger's Eye. Anything, Tiger's Eye marbles or Tiger's Eye, jewels or pendants.
Jeez, that looks amazing, doesn't it? Tiger's Eye ice cream. Hey.
Let's see it. Pull it up, Arch.
Oh, this
Pull it up,
sorry,
Arch.
you can't see it. Sorry. Apologies. Tiger tail. Look at that.
Not a
I've never
fan
seen
of
it for the first
licorice.
time.
Wow, definitely looks
It's with
tiger
licorice,
tailish.
is it?
Yeah,
It's
licorice.
orange with licorice in it. Orange.
Oh,
with
I don't know. That's not for me. That's my wife would like that. Forget it. I couldn't go there.
I'm not a licorice fan, so.
Oh, I love licorice ice cream.
Oh, you'd love this
Oh.
then, Arch. You'd love this.
Yeah.
And then you start coughing like a madman.
Yeah.
Because your cough stopped ever since you stopped eating ice cream, Arch.
I know. It's the fat. The fat isn't really good for you. See.
I just had a sugar
That's the way it
emergency.
is.
My
Oh,
sugar.
you okay?
Well, it went low, and then I forgot to do anything about it for an hour, and then I remembered, and by then it was like ultra low, and I was really starting to feel shitty. So I ate some ice cream, and now it's going in the opposite direction to too high. It's kind of like doing this up and down thing. It's rare that this happens, but I overdid the sugar because
Oh.
it was dangerously low, like any
So
lower, and I might
how
have.
you feeling, my friend? How you feeling at the moment?
I've got a raging headache actually right now, which I have once or twice a year.
It's
But
no good,
That's not
man.
good. Sorry to hear that, my
Have
man.
a lie
it got
down. Have a lie down. If you got to go, man, don't.
I will.
don't
I
just-
know. I have no hesitation to just break away if I'm feeling that
Yeah, no,
bad.
no, no.
It
Just
got
don't even
down
need
to
to.
46, which is like that's like reaction time. You know, you ever heard of diabetic reaction where you lose motor function, you can't use
Yes.
your hands, and that's a reaction number. That's how low it was, 46.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Shit!
And
Oh,
so I ate a
shit.
bunch of ice cream, and now it's fucking bounced back up, and it's too high. So now,
Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie, if you got accepted at Tattersalls and was asked to describe your profession, would you say businessman, entertainer of middle-aged men, food critic? I'd say YouTuber. Patel.
I would just say businessman. You're a businessman, Archie.
YouTuber.
You're a businessman within the YouTube platform.
Oh, we got a comment here. The Magpie says, "Stay safe, Mike. My dad was diabetic, so I know how quickly it can affect you." Yeah,
It can. My dad let it get away, and it ate him away from internally. It deteriorated him because he never kept on top of it. It
No,
really can kill you.
I'm really on top of mine. It's just I've lost some weight and I've been more active and I've been eating much less ice cream than normal. So my normal insulin levels I need to lower. I take a set amount of shots per day, and they're now too much. And so my low warning keeps going off, and I keep having to eat a little couple chocolates to bring it back up. But today it went so low because it went off, and I was busy doing some stuff, and I forgot to go and eat something. And so an hour out, 2 hours went by, and then I realized, oh shit, I didn't eat anything, and I started feeling really shitty. That's when I dropped off the first time, and I ate a bunch of ice cream, and now I'm feeling fine, but my sugar's now bounced to the too high zone range. It's when it's too high, you don't feel anything. You feel fine, but it's doing damage.
Sorry, Mike, to interrupt. I've got to go. I've got to head
Thomas,
off. Thank you.
No
very much,
worries.
Arch.
Thank you so much,
Stay
Thomas
sexy,
Burdett.
boys.
£2. Happy
thank
Easter
you.
to all the panel.
Happy
and
Easter, Thomas. Before I go, my man, you're a legend. Happy having a good one.
Say goodbye to Thomas there. Thomas is a lovely guy. Loved him to death there. And Sirocco, let's get Sirocco on here. Come on, Sirocco. Come on, Sirocco. Come on the stream. We need some more punters here. Kelsowitz, Hollywood's people and that there. The industry's brutal. What advice do you have?
To who?
To anybody, aspiring actors, gaffers, grips, cameramen, lighting. Don't call us. We'll call you. What advice do you have?
Isn't it kind of one of those? It's who you know. It's one of those who you know professions.
Definitely. You know, it's funny. There's so many people in the business that want to get out and they're over it and they're just there for the paycheck, which is kind of a sad thing because there's so many people that want to get into it. You know, it's always one of those things. The grass is always greener. I don't know. If you really want it, you stick with it and you work on bullshit, AFI, non-union stuff, and then eventually you'll meet the right people and you'll get some sort of flow going. Hey, have you seen the movie Friends with Money? Jennifer Aniston.
I haven't seen it. I've seen the ads
I haven't,
for it.
but go on.
Paul, you gotta see this.
2006. That's a
you got it.
2006
It's not the greatest movie of all time, but there's a really good point made in the movie. You know, there's this chick, Jennifer Aniston plays this girl who's lost her job and she's struggling and she's thinking about different ways to make money. And she's like, okay, I can clean people's houses. You know, so she starts to work as a maid and she's trying to get work, and meanwhile, you know, she goes out to dinner with her friends that she's known for a while, and they're all successful. You know, all her friends have made it, and they're going to fancy restaurants, and they cover her. And anyways, I don't want to give too much away, but
yes.
Well, I just got to tell you. So, basically, you know, the movie goes on, and she's cleaning people's houses, and she goes to this one guy's place, and it's a disaster. There's shit everywhere. The bed's not made. There's dishes.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "How much do you charge?" And she says, $80. And he goes, "Can you do 50?" And she's like, I guess. And she's like, "Well, what do you do for a living?" And he's like, "I'm unemployed." And she's just like, "What the fuck?" And anyway, so she says yes, and she's cleaning the guy's house, and they eventually start to get along, and she invites him out to dinner with her friends. And the friends ask the guy, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" And he goes, "Oh, I do different things. You know, I try and find opportunities like investments." And, you know, he's bullshitting because he's unemployed.
Yes. Yes.
And on the drive home, she tells him, "Hey, you know, why don't you try and get a job?" And he goes, "Well, I don't have to. I'm actually very rich." And the guy's like a millionaire. And anyways, the story goes on, and you eventually find out, you know, she asks him, "Hey, you know, if you're so rich, why did you ask me for a discount?" And he goes, "I have issues." You know, and as the movie goes on, you see everybody has issues, you know, whether it's being cheap with something, or, you know, one of the other couples, even though they're really well off, they're smokers and had all these other health issues. And it just shows, you know, no matter what level you are in life, everyone's got some shit going on. You know,
Wow,
anyways, it's a movie I think it's something for people to watch. You get something out of it.
Here we go. Patel
have to
Philippe,
check it out.
$5.50. It's not Easter on Archie Luxury channel without AC3 devouring an entire chocolate bunny live on air while telling us to buy the Man on the Moon Explorer 2. And
I
the
remember that.
Reverso.
Yeah, we need another bunny.
If I were 10 and I already had a Man on the Moon and I got offered an Ed White and I did jump on it, I think I would still hang on to the Man on the Moon, just because that's just such an iconic piece and it's so low, so cheap compared to the other one. It's like it's not going to really dent him one way or the other. And the Man on the Moon is just such a staple of any watch collection. So if you had a Man on the Moon and an Ed White next to each other, that'd kind of be like the top and the bottom of the range, you know?
You know, Tam's bringing up these Easter eggs. I remember the carpet beetles. What's the condition of the carpet at the moment?
Oh no, I've gone for synthetic carpet. They don't need synthetic carpet.
Oh, you did upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
no more wool carpet. That's for sure. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Kalsowitz, what's more likely to happen? The Archie Luxury winning an Oscar, or Luxury Talask winning the Pulitzer Prize?
Ooh, I think you're a little better with the videos than the writing. I read your book. It was something. It was something.
Call us. Thank you.
You should make a short film. Make a short film. A little autobiography.
Yeah. No. I've already done that. Archie Luxury, the movie.
Well, do the opening scene. The opening scene will be with you at the Waste Management, and you'll be showing some of your YouTube videos to your colleagues, and then, you know, the whole reporting of, you know, the beer being dropped off at the work site, and you know, we'll start from there.
I'm not allowed to go on site anymore.
Oh, do you get a discount on trash takeaway?
No.
Oh,
I'm not allowed on site. Once you're
so
gone.
tell me, so how many gifts were dropped off at your work?
Oh, about half a dozen. I think it
all alcohol.
Exactly, expensive booze. Yes.
Well, now, can people still donate to you? Because I remember I bought you a bottle from what is it?
Dan Murphy's.
Dan Murphy. Now, can people still do that?
Yeah, they can. If you just email me, ArchieLuxury72 @gmail.com, I'll give you my cell phone number so that they can
Oh,
text
the
me.
right. You need the number
Yeah.
for the pickup. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
The Brisbane location.
I got to tell you, tell me this. Can I ask you this, Kelsowitz? You're in a very fickle industry. Like you can't get. I don't think you get more fickle than production, right? Let me just grab this super chat. Here we go. Super chat from Patel Philippe. Here we go. $5.50. ArchieLuxury, the biopic and aspiring biopic from aspiring clarinet protege to budding YouTuber to high-profile rail advocate on trial to aging YouTuber not wearing
Yes,
Patek.
that's right. Remember we were talking about what you were going to wear in prison?
Yes, that's my God. You know, the funny thing is the guy who helped me with those rail leaks, he died.
Ooh.
That's my good friend. Yeah, it's very, very sad that I had a few friends depart. Sirocco sales, $2. Pantera burning. The Mike the Snake story.
Yeah,
There we go.
that might be the title. I am considering writing a book.
And we got the Magpie, £2.50. Is the bear on holidays? Not seen him this week. He's getting something attended to, so he'll hopefully be back in a not too long. He'll hopefully be back in a not too. Actually, it reminds me. I'm just going to send him I'll send him a WhatsApp. Just see how he is going there.
I'm going to send him a little text too, just wishing him the best.
Send him one now. Tell me this, Kelsowitz, how do you handle with such a up and down industry? Like how the fuck do you realize? How do you, when you walk past homeless people, think, "Fuck, I could be like that if I don't get it." How do you stop worrying? Can I ask you that?
I don't know. Like I said, just time goes by and you learn to deal with it. It's only the beginning that's really stressful because you haven't been through it. But once you've had ups and downs and feasts and famine, you kind of just learn to live with it. You know, what you learn is I need to save money so that when I'm not working, I'm okay. That's what you learn. You know, and after you've been doing it for plenty of years, you can make that work.
But here we go. Patel Philippe, $5.50. Archie's 3 rules of e-begging. Always let them know how it's hard. Frequently bring up a pending tax bill. Wear the same T-shirt 20 days in a row. Now that's not fair because I got 2 black T-shirts and I wash one, then I wear the other. Wash one, wear the other. I don't know. I just love these T-shirts. I don't know what the fuck to say.
We got to bring back the Herman So's bespoke shirts.
Yes. I do love them. I love them, but these T-shirts are just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
You know, just bringing it back to watches there, just as far as the industry itself there, you know, that's one thing I definitely consider working on second. There's plenty of people, you know, that aren't making the big bucks yet. You know, they're working as PAs, they're working as, you know, some sort of craft service or, you know, maybe a non-union position. And, you know, sometimes it's not appropriate to be wearing Rolex and, you know, working with colleagues that aren't really at the same financial status. I don't know. That's one thing I really consider, you know, going to work. And also just dealing with, have you ever met someone, you're about to do business with them, and like I met this guy, and I'm a watch guy, you know, and he was wearing a Rolex Daytona, the Panda, and I was like, oh, nice watch. And just talking to the guy, I could tell that was his only fucking watch, okay? And he only bought it because, you know, it's the Panda, it's the one to have, and I don't know, you know, like we were talking about earlier, just going to the independents, you know, there's something about Rolex that can be really a turnoff in many ways, you know, a lot of baggage.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's
like I didn't want to work with the guy because I was like, well, fuck, he's already got the Panda. I'm getting overcharged. You know, if this guy bought the Panda, he's probably ripping me off.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point there. Patel Philippe, $11. Archie, if you say date advice, and you see him out on a date with the complete opposite, would you wink in approval or scowl in disgust? Look, you know what? I got to be honest with you, Archie. If you did a paid phone call with a guy offering dating advice, and you see him out on a date with the complete opposite, see, I normally don't make decisions on people on physical looks alone. I think sometimes you find some of the most attractive women can be really quite nasty, and some of the least attractive people are actually really cool people.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
absolutely.
Does
Although
that make sense?
I
Shallow
did,
Hall. That's a great movie to see. Shallow
yeah,
Hall.
shallow hell.
Shallow Hal. Yeah.
Although Archie, I have to say, I dated a girl,
Yes.
who we just started out as really good friends. We clicked like
Mhm.
you know, nothing and like everything, and we ended up semi going out just because we were just together all the time.
Yeah.
But she was marriage material. She was that
Yes.
cool. But
Yes.
when the clothes came off, she did not do it for me. She just did not do it for me. What do you do then? What do you
Turn
say?
the lights off.
Yeah, you can do that, but man, I mean, it's like I've had girlfriends like that are like, no, they wouldn't do it with the lights on, and even though they
Paper
were
bag.
gorgeous.
Paper bag.
No, she wasn't ugly like that. It was her body. She was just the wrong shape and poor
Look,
little.
Mike, I can't tell you. I can barely tell you not to get a dog, yet alone who to marry, Mike.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just know that there's a point where
Look,
somebody
you got to
doesn't
have some
attract
attraction.
me.
This is a weird
Yeah.
mix. It's a weird mix there. I can't answer it for you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't asking. I
Kalstowitz,
just-
have you ever
Let's
worked with
retract.
people who follow van life? Van life?
No, you've been on that. I don't know why you're pushing that. No, I don't. I mean, there's plenty of people in LA that do that, but it's not something that I'm into. Hey, do me a favor. Pull up Bosphorus leather. Let's steer back to watches here.
Yes.
There's some watch boxes.
Steer back to watches.
There's a
Exactly.
watch box I'm interested in getting. You know, everyone's gaga over the LV box, but it's just way too overpriced. There's this
It
company,
is.
Bosphorus Leather. It's a guy
Yes.
that's made in Turkey. They're handmade in Turkey.
That's right. Here we go. Look at this, guys. Look at
And
this.
these are quite
You know,
nice.
JJ's a huge fan of. Why isn't it coming up? There we go. JJ is a huge. So to answer Tan here, what would I say? I'd just give him a wink. Any time a man is with a woman is a winner-winner situation. Remember that.
Yeah.
It's better to be with somebody than lonely. And here we go, Bosphorus. Look at this.
Yeah, check out some of these watch boxes. These are quite interesting. The quality looks fantastic, and for like $1,000, give or take, it's certainly a better
Oh,
buy
they're
than
actually
the
quite
LV.
nice, aren't they? Look at this. They're quite. Oh, I like the orange, the aqua. They got some.
Those
the
are just
black
the
is
two boxes. Yeah, see here we go. These are just like the LV boxes, and the tray itself pulls out. So
Actually,
you can.
I like the blue one. Looks nice, doesn't it? Look at the blue one here.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's very, very tasteful.
Yeah,
That's
these are really good quality, and I'm thinking about
The tray.
buying one.
It's like Alcantara on the inside. Or
Producer
suede,
Michael
suede
just
leather.
got one.
Oh, I see.
Anyways, for $1,000, it seems like a better buy than the LV.
The LV's expensive. LV's.
I was looking to get that watch roll you have, the watch stand.
Yes.
But these guys make one that's, I think, just as good, if not better, and I think the price is a little better too.
This is actually quite nice. The black.
Can you
Look at the
the
black
specs?
one here.
Can you look at the specs and see what the liner inside is made of? Whether
It's a suede.
Yeah, is it suede or Alcantara?
I don't think. Is there a difference?
It doesn't tell you.
Suede Alcantara is kind of a synthetic suede, but
Synthetic, yeah.
I don't. I think this is real leather.
It's
real, real suede.
I put money that it's Alcantara because like Porsche and Lamborghini interiors are done in Alcantara. You pay an extra $1,000 to have your Porsche steering wheel done in Alcantara. It's an amalgam of rubber and natural suede leather mixed together.
But don't they
and
use
made
the
into
synthetic? Don't they use a synthetic so that the oils in your hand don't fuck it up? I think the natural suede.
Yeah, it does contain leather. It's a mixture of rubber and leather that made into a suede material, and it's
quite beautiful. This is actually quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd share it because it just seems like a pretty good value. At least it's still $1,000. It's still $1,000. It's a lot of money. But...
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. But it is
love
interesting.
the metal corners. That's nice. You protect the box and set it down anywhere you want and not have to worry about marring it up. This is the same kind of corners you find on speaker boxes for a professional musician. Where they're always having to pack and unpack them. I used to be a roadie for a drummer, and all of his boxes had these corners and amps and everything. They have these metal
here we go.
corners.
Groundhog Day, $5. We got a super chat from Groundhog Day. Did you know? Fun fact about Groundhog Day. Did you know, Mr. Murray there was bitten twice in that film, and he said to the doctor, "Hey, how do we know? What about if these groundhogs have rabies?" He goes, "Well, if you get bitten and you get rabies, we'll know."
That's a great answer.
Groundhog Day, $5. Is it okay to combine a rose gold dress watch with a black strap? Often I do not see this combo, but wanted to get your thoughts. I think the rose gold goes with brown more, doesn't it? What do you think? I think it's okay. Rose gold with black. I think that it's certainly okay.
Yeah,
Black goes with everything.
It would it depend on the watch.
Bill Murray has pretty much been blacklisted from the industry after his last production.
Why is that? Why is that?
There was some film he was on. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but the long and the short of it is that I think he either said something or he hugged a PA in an inappropriate way, and they reported him and they shut down production. And I think the movie wasn't even made in the end.
Another one of those.
Yeah, he got me too, basically. See you later.
Oh, I kind of liked Bill Murray. Did you? That's.
Yeah, he made the wrong move at the wrong time, unfortunately.
I suppose we all are just one mistake away from end of our career, aren't we, or not?
Pretty much. In today's world, you're one paycheck away or one job away from being on the streets.
That is quite scary. Your wife works, don't you? That's probably the best thing you can do to safeguard that, Kalsowicz, isn't it?
Yes, that's a blessing.
She's got a good, stable job?
She has her own company.
Okay.
Nice.
Because that's the thing, really. It's a lot of this is psychological. If you go in with the right attitude, you'll win. If you go in with a bad attitude, often that can be, people can smell fear in you, can't they? Don't you think? Maybe in that movie, Friends with Money, Jennifer Anderson should have said, no, I'm not doing it for $50. You know what I mean?
Well, then you don't have the $50. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's sort of,
It is weird, though. It seems to, with people, the more they make and the richer they get, the more stingy they get, the more money conscious they are. And the more they'll try to grind you
I think
price.
people are going to be the way they are. People always say that. Oh well, when I have more money, then I'll help people. People that donate some of the most money are people that don't actually. They aren't that successful themselves.
No.
So if
it depends. How do you measure success? But do you always measure? See, I don't like to measure success on monetary means only.
True.
You know what I think that's a big mistake to make. I kind of think that's a mistake. We've got another super chat from my good friend M1911, $5. Why does Mike the Snake stream every day endlessly when he could be making boxes? Well, he loves to come on. That's the thing. Mike just loves to come on. It's nighttime, so it's not in the middle of the day. This is night. What time is it in California, Mikey?
It's a little after 6, and I don't stream endlessly. The only stream I ever go on is the Archie show. That's it.
Yeah.
I
So he
don't
likes to
stream
come on, has to
endlessly.
chat. It's a lot of people. You got to remember this. This is like a community where we're kind of like a home for people to come, and we've got common interests, common goals, common things, common themes, and that's what we like to do. We're kind of like, we sit down with like a comfy, you know what we're going to talk about. You're part of the crowd. You belong here. You know what I
Very
mean?
much so.
You belong here. And
this stream saved my life. I discovered it during COVID when I was locked up, holed up, scared mouse, and this was my new outlet to the world. And before I'd been enjoying your videos, but I didn't really know about your live stream. And you remember, I texted you for a couple of months asking if I could come on. I didn't
Oh,
realize.
sure. Yeah. No.
And-
We love to have panelists on here. Look at today's show. We had a great chat with Mr. Sexy, Mr. GMT. We had Tan, Professor. They were on the pre-show and they came on for a little bit.
We
We
got a
had
great
some
bunch.
really good watch talk, and I've that's been fantastic. We've got Kelsowitz here. It's very nice to have you here. Tell me this, Kelsowitz. What would you do if you had to get out of the movie industry? What else would you do?
That's the problem. There's no way out. I don't know what. There's nothing else I can do.
No. You got
I don't
skills.
know. Yeah, no. It just most jobs suck, so it's hard to think of anything else.
It'd be
in high
easier
school,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say in high school, I wanted to be a fireman or a policeman. I was part of all those Explorer programs.
Yes. You could still do that now. You're only young.
Yeah, but I found out all the bullshit they deal with, so it's a thankless job.
You're at the point where it would just be easier to wait and find another job in the profession that you're in.
Sirocco sales $2. Couple of months. Mike the Stalker.
No.
I got to tell you there, Kelsowitz,
Kelsowitz,
you're not the only one who has concerns like that. I'll tell you honestly, I get really anxious. Like I've been doing YouTube now full time. So the waste management job ended in 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've applied for any job since that ended. I knew I was going to try YouTube for a while. Okay.
That's so amazing, Arch. You've built an empire just all by yourself.
But hang on a tick, Mikey. I've done some silly things too along the way. I'll be completely honest with you.
Sure. Who hasn't though? Who hasn't?
I got to be honest with you. I've really what I've struggled with Kelsowitz is what would I do? So now I've just turned 50. So that's a big birthday for a man. 40, 0 birthday is a big thing. And I'm thinking, holy fuck, if this YouTube, I've always never taken it for granted, because when you take it, what I found when you work for yourself, when you take it for granted, it'll always be good. It'll be bigger and better every year, etc., etc. Then it goes to shit. So I've kind of said, well, what would happen if it ended? And I got to be totally honest with you. Can I make a confession to you, Kelsowitz?
You're stuck.
I wish I didn't buy the car.
I could have told you that.
Well, yeah, we all knew that, but you wanted it really bad at the time, and
it's a lease. You live and learn. You experienced it.
It's a small little hump in the road, Arch. If you
I
get
will
rid of
say,
it, get rid of it.
Sorry?
In every industry, it always works out better the longer you're in it. People want people that are experienced. Even at the moment, I struggle competing with guys that have 20, 30-year resumes. I've been in my business for almost 15 years, and it's still, hard to stack up against these guys that are in their 50s and 60s and have done it since pretty much after high school, So you really get a lot of momentum in those later years when you have all that experience backing you up, so the longer you do it, the better it ends up
seriously, I think
being.
you got a really good. I think you've got a great personality. I'm not as friendly as you. You're just a nice person. Nobody would dislike you.
That's
You've
nice
got a
of you.
really nice
I've al-
persona. You know what I mean? I think you got a
Yeah.
really nice persona. Sirocco sales, $2, couple of months. Mike, the stalker. Thank you, Sirocco sales, for your super chat. We love the Sirocco. The thing is, I tell you honestly, I probably, with the car, I'd like to give it back, right? I'll probably keep it another year or two, I think. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's beautiful. I love it, right? It's expensive.
I
It's not
agree. I mean, I love cars too, but I can't get myself to bite the bullet and eat the depreciation. I just think about all the watches I could get for that, personally.
Yeah, well, I'd sort of, before I bought the car, I had kind of a complete collection, Kausowitz, because yes.
I know I've got my heart set on an older resto mod or restored older car that, like a Rolex, is only going to appreciate. I'm never buying a new car
Yeah, see,
again.
those are good buys. If you buy a classic car that's actually in demand, that is actually a decent buy, because obviously you drive it, it goes a little down in value, but it's
only
already
a
had the
small amount.
depreciation.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
know exactly
I
what
saw
you're
a
saying.
69. I saw a 69 Camaro the other day that I would have sold everything I own and my watches and everything to buy, and it still needed a lot of work. But it was 69 Camaro in like just the right condition to where I could finish it off and make it like a jewel. And unfortunately, it wasn't for sale.
Yeah, all those classic cars.
Super chat, Pavel, $5. I wish you would have bought an E39 M5 Arch. It's already bottomed on the depreciation curve.
That's one thing that when you buy a classic car, you get away from all the bullshit. If you buy a 2023 Porsche, you're gonna have a lot of haters. A lot of people. Oh, fuck this guy. What did this guy? If you buy it,
what's he talking about? So these here are late 90s. They're a late 90s M5.
No, that's lame. Weak. This looks like you peaked in the 90s.
Give me
you don't
a
want to mess.
1980s
You gotta go older.
Porsche. Give me an
older,
80s
older.
80s Porsche 911, air cooled, and I'll be set. I'd be happy. Or another Pantera, or a number of other older classic cars.
Yeah, the air cooled Porsche, you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
they're expensive in my country. They're really expensive.
They're
40,
reasonable
50,000.
here. Yeah, here in America, 40, 50, 60 will buy you a sweet one.
The thing with all these vintage classic cars, there's absolutely no financing, so it's a cash game. This is for the real players.
Yeah, a lot of private sales. You don't buy from dealers because there's just not that much to be made as a dealer on the older classics. So you either buy a restored car or a resto mod, and you pay 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, but in 5-10 years it's going to just be worth more. It's like a Rolex.
Okay, Paul. You want the best value in cars right now?
Sure.
Personal opinion: 2001 Corvette, $20,000 or less, depending on the miles. You get a V8 muscle car. I'm just saying for the money. Obviously, it's nothing to write home about.
I don't think
I like that.
$15,000, you can get something like that.
Yeah, but this generation is never gonna reach like crazy heights in
Would you get one,
collectible value.
Kausowitz, would you get one?
It would be fun just to go do donuts and rip around it. The thing is, in LA, you can't have a fast car because there's nowhere to move it. You got to go to a track. It's traffic every day. Traffic.
Yeah. So you have a car, don't you? You got a Subaru.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Subaru's reliable, good car.
Japanese EcoBox.
Yes, you're fortunate. Yeah. I got to tell you, I was talking to JCB. He's got a nice house, but he owes. The problem is houses are so expensive. He's younger than me. $800,000 mortgage. That's considered normal. 800,000 mortgage is considered. That's massive payments. Massive payments. That's because the houses are so dear here. See.
Yeah.
LA's going the same way, isn't it? LA's
Yeah,
not cheap.
I mean, you can't buy anything for a house. You're like way over $1 million. I mean, 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah. A
A nice
family member of
apartment?
mine just
What's a
paid
nice apartment cost?
2.1.
Fuck. What's a nice apartment there?
It depends on the area. I mean, you can get them for 700,000, 800,000. Depends on the area.
It's a lot of money.
No doubt. No doubt. Especially now, it doesn't even make sense with the interest rates. You look at a $1.2 million house at a 6%. I mean, you're looking at $5 or $6 grand a month. I mean, unless you're making like 400 grand a year, I don't know who's affording these houses.
Well, in my neighborhood, there was at least 4 to 5 people that just walked away from their houses. They were so upside down because they bought when they were just handing out loans like they were candy.
Well, this must have been like 2008.
Yeah, this is 10 years ago when they had the last recession or whatever. And they found themselves so upside down that they just literally walked away, took the credit hit, found a rental, and moved on. They just walked out of the
I mean,
house.
in some cases, that makes sense because if you owe, 500,000 and it's worth 300,000, see you later.
But tell me, if you walk out like that, does that make you don't go bankrupt? If you give the house back to the bank, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the bank short sells it, and then you're in debt for the difference.
For how long? Can you walk out on that?
Then you declare bankruptcy, and you take the credit hit, and you wait to 7 years for that to like disappear.
7 years in America for bankruptcy to get over.
Well, I think for a debt to like owed, if you don't pay it, I think it's 7 years.
Holy shit!
So if you can hold out that long,
that's a long time.
I may be wrong on that, but yeah, no, there was a family member did the same thing. They just walked out of their house.
Were they that upside down? Were they that upside down?
They were so upside down on the house. It was now like being rated at half of what the value that he bought it at, and so he's making payments on let's say a $500,000 house, and it was only worth $200,000 now because everything tanked so hard, and there was no sense for him to be making such huge payments on the house that was worth only less than half of what he originally bought.
Yeah, but that's kind of the short-term issue because I know plenty of friends that bought during that time and were upside down, but they held out and they kept making their payments. And now they're way in the clear. Their houses have doubled, if not more, since then.
Yeah.
So long term, it always works out in real estate. Even if you bought today and it's
I think that's a very fair point there, Kalsowitz.
If you shouldn't be buying unless you're going to stay there at least 5 years. But even then, financially, it may not make sense.
Do you owe money on your apartment, Kalsowitz?
Of course.
But you've got a lot paid
American
off.
way.
It's in good shape. I'm in good shape.
You got equity.
At what point do you think you can be comfortable? At what point do you think you could be comfortable? When you got 70% ownership, 50% ownership? What point is comfortable?
When you can get a decent equity loan. That's when you have enough paid off that you can get a loan on what you have in hand.
I mean, it never really ends. You'll always have an HOA payment if you're in an apartment, and even if you have a house, you'll always have a tax payment. So you're always it never ends. You're always going to have to come up with something, even if it's paid off. The comfort's just in your head. It's just whatever makes you feel comfortable. The smartest thing is to have money at the bank. That's how you get your options.
Yeah. I think gold is the next thing to. You think gold's going to go down, or think it's?
I don't think it's going to go down. I just think it's a very slow mover. It was a very slow mover.
Well, I mean, the last few years it hasn't been. It's gone up like exponentially.
It's gone from like 1,800 to 2,000. It's like okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess maybe less than I thought. But I remember when gold was $200 an ounce back in 1986, 87. Gold was $210 an ounce. And
there was a stage when it was was quite reasonable, but gold is the worst investment. Thomas White says there.
Well, I'm no investment expert. Yeah, I lost
But
half.
I got to tell you, sorry, you
Oh,
lost.
I bought some crypto and lost half my money and bailed out when I got to the halfway lost point. And
How much did you put in, Mike?
I think at the peak I owned about $7,500 in crypto.
Okay.
And when it got to the halfway level and it was still trending down, I just cashed out. I was like, well, no. I know it's probably a better idea to just sit on it and hang in for the longer term, but I didn't.
The only thing that's going to really make gold go big. Are you familiar with the petrodollar?
Yes.
You know, all
No.
oil trades are done in U.S. dollars.
Yes.
So the second we are not the reserve currency of the world, and either China takes over or whatever the case may be, basically, if the dollar collapses, this is when you're going to see gold go big. But that may never happen. You know, they're printing money. They're always finding a way to prop up this pyramid. So who knows if that day will ever come? But that's when gold is going to be big.
Yeah.
So tell me this: in your industry, have you seen people who've just lost their shirt, gone absolutely broke, and just become homeless, or what's the worst story you've seen?
I mean, you usually don't hear about it. To be quite honest, it just kind of they just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, what's R.C. Robertson, CEO, BMW CEO, is saying the same thing. Tesla is what the hell's he? What do you? Come on! If you're going to spruik things, you've got to at least have some facts there. I got to be honest with you, Tess. I mean, in your own life itself, there, everything's going good. Do you feel there's a luck component in that, or
100%?
Yeah.
Slightly. I mean, you still have to deliver. I mean, you could say, "Oh, it's lucky I got called for this job," but after the first day, you better have some skills and be a nice person and deliver on the promises that you made. So,
I think part of the luck is like being born in Australia or being born in America, and having at least more of an opportunity. When you get older, more options, more choices. You get stuck in, being born in some small village in Africa or something. It's like,
you'll fight, don't you? You've already lost, haven't you?
That's where So you got to consider yourself lucky if you're in one of these first world countries and you have a roof over your head and a couple bucks in your pocket. You're fucking doing great.
100% right. Let's get back onto watch talk. Tell me this, Kelsowitz. What are you seriously?
Tell me.
Seriously with you, right? Seriously, no more bullshit. The Gromfeld, they offered you one, and it's not going to work out, is it? Let's be honest there. We know it's not going to work out. What Tan has said to you is go to David SW and buy the Patek. This is the whole thing.
I might be pulling the trigger on the exact one he has if he gives me the right price. So that could be. I can't
just tell him you know me. Have you told him you know me?
Yeah. Last time, I mean, I bought a Milgauss from him in like 2017 or something, whatever.
It's
it was
41A. Look at that.
It was like $6,000 back then. Yeah, that's the exact one. Yeah, if he gives me a good deal on it, it's got box and papers. It's March 2022. It's basically brand new. Everything he sells is excellent.
The other big Patek dealer is European
watch co. I've never worked with them, but yeah, they definitely carry all these same kind of brands.
Very expensive. I find them a bit expensive, European watch.
Yeah, I mean, I would personally lean towards David only because I like him and I've dealt with him before. I don't like
David SW.
Yeah, I like buying from him. He's just easygoing. He's flexible, and it always works out. So we'll see, though. I mean, if someone beats the price,
22,000. Look at that,
Paul, bro. I just can't wait to come full circle on this because you've spruiked Patek for years, and the time is finally coming. So it's really a beautiful thing to experience here.
Yeah, it definitely is. It is definitely full.
What was your first Patek?
I tell you what I did. I got my first Patek in
You had a small inheritance.
2001, okay? And I got to be honest with you, I got a 3919, which was that's 33 mils now. So let's just have a look if he's. Let's just have a look. What's he got here? Has he got one? Has he got a? Fuck! Look at these things here. These things are absolutely beautiful. John C. $2. Any opinion on the Loris RX 335 AX9 as a casual watch? Loris sucks.
Yeah.
I just hate the brand, don't you? What do you think of Loris?
Aren't they the derivative of Seiko?
We'll have a look at that in a minute. For that same money, let's have a look what else you could get. Let's just have a look here. Anything else that's
The 5960 is in the same ballpark, but I don't really like the dial layout, and it's too thick of a watch. It's like 13 mils.
Yeah, I understand. 5960. There we go. Oh, that is a beautiful watch. That is a beautiful watch.
It's a beautiful $14,000 back up, solid gold.
What about this 40,000 Patek 5230 world time white gold? That is.
You know, it's funny you're looking at that one. I do like that, but when I look at that world time personally, I would rather wait and pony up another 20 grand and go with the platinum with the full blue dial.
Yes.
The solid blue dial, I think it's 5230. That's just an amazing piece. You know, it's still very new, so I think those will come down in the years to come, as most world timers do. I do love the watch, but if I had to be picky, I wouldn't go with the gold one.
Okay, fair enough. No, that's okay. That's okay. Just having a
steel or platinum. Steel or platinum.
I know what you're saying.
You know, because even if you could ding the platinum, you could always buff it out. You know, the metal's still there.
Yeah, you got some super chats, Arch. I believe.
100% right there. We got some super chats. Let's go through this super chats. John C.
Yeah.
Let's get this here.
We already asked that one.
Yeah, I think it's garbage. Loris doesn't make anything any good. They're just garbage.
If you're gonna spend that money, just go with the Tissot or Hamilton. Those are the two sub $1,000.
Or get a high end Seiko or a low end Grand Seiko. You know, and just get the real deal instead of a derivative of Seiko.
Here we go. Patel Philippe, $7. Archie, I just spoke to Nick Folks. He said you own the most beautiful Patek 5107 and says you were being a pussy. You're being a pussy hiding your 5196. Thank you. Nick Folks is a cool guy. I like Nick Folks. He's a legend. Yes, he is.
It's the weekend for you, so the banks are probably closed on the weekend, so we won't be able to see you wearing your Patek till Monday at least.
Oh,
probably Tuesday.
100%. Well, Monday's a public holiday because of Easter.
Oh, yeah, it's Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. Easter's always on a Sunday, I believe, in America.
Yes, but then they give the Monday holiday because of the fact that
well, schools and stuff. I don't know about businesses.
Yes, fair point. You know what, Kalstowitz? Maybe that world time. You couldn't swing to the world time. Why's that?
I mean, it's 60 grand. It's really stepping up. You know, I'd rather spend 30, 40 if it's, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot to swallow.
Yeah, you like the 5212. I think you just.
I really do. I am. I mean, there's nothing that beats it for the price, for the peace of mind. You know, as far as market is concerned, you can get out of it down the road. There's something nice about that where you can sleep well, knowing your money's there. I mean, what would you do? What would you pick?
Look, this is the wonderful thing about choice. You can pick anything you want. There's no problems. Whatever you want, there is no. I'm just going to call this Loris up. RX, what is it? RX 35. Give me the number. RX 35.
Let's see. RX 35 AX9.
Have a look at this nut. AX
335.
335.
335 AX9. Let's have a look. Have a look at this thing. What are we looking at? Oh fuck! These are. That's it. It's one. This is it. Holy shit! These are.
It's not a terrible looking watch.
It's just a nothing watch.
Yeah, it doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
It's not a standout.
No.
There's versions of it from Seiko and Grand Seiko that are, you know,
much better.
A Grand Seiko is going to be way more money, though. I mean, in this price point, you got to stick with Hamilton and Tissot. Those are the watchmakers, are the best watch.
You're
for the
right.
money.
You're right.
Tell me this: what advice do you give there? Like, do you have when you get big money in, do you put some away for saving? Because you've got to pay your own taxes too, don't you?
Usually when I get a job, we're hired on as employees. So we typically will get a W-2 check where taxes are taken out through payroll taxes. But yeah, I mean, you know what? In the end, it all ends up being the same. Whether you all save it up and pay it all at the end or they take it out of each check, it ends up being the same thing.
Because you can very easily spend too much without realizing it. Then you've got a massive tax problem, can't you?
Yeah, but I mean, that's a rookie.
If you're an independent contractor, yes. If you're working for anybody, it's by law they have to, you're working as their employees, so you have to be insured by them. So they take your taxes out of your paycheck, and you're issued your paycheck, and your taxes are automatically paid in. At the end of the year, you get a tax refund.
Yes, that's correct.
Or you maybe even owe a little bit. It depends on how many.
Owe a lot. Like a lot of these celebrities, these celebrities. Tell me this, Kausowitz.
If you do it right, you even out. You don't owe.
Are you buying the wife a watch to go with your watch? Are you buying her a watch?
You know, she's not into watches. I know she's.
Tell me this: you had a contact. You had a very wealthy friend of your wife who was.
Yes, I just saw her today again.
Is she able to get you a 5212 or?
I asked her. It's so funny you brought her up. I actually asked her today to ask her contact, but they're in Switzerland. It's a whole mess. You got to go fly out there, and honestly, they're actually. It's weird, you know. The watch sells for retail, but it's almost impossible to get from the AD.
It's crazy, isn't it? It sells for retail, but it's impossible.
There's even watches that sell below retail, like the 5172. That's an $80-something thousand watch. You could buy it for $60 secondhand. You cannot buy that watch from Patek, even if you try it. I'm like, who's even buying these? You know, why would who could be dumb enough to take such a hit
but
out
some
the
people
door?
are just so wealthy they say, I'll take it. I want one. That's it.
That's exactly.
They want a new one. They don't want anyone else to have touched it. You know.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Do you ever look up the name of the archive paper?
I do.
You know,
I do. I've checked them all out. Yeah.
See what they did. You know, maybe they went bankrupt. You know, I think that's one reason a lot of, you know, well, I don't want to generalize, but I know a lot of Eastern cultures, they're not really into secondhand goods. You know, there's like a thing
the
about,
white
you know,
gold, the white gold, the white gold world time I had, the guy went to prison for fraud.
Oh, see, you absorbed that energy, Paul. See, next thing you know, you're getting indicted by you know, Aussie Rail and. See,
AD never calling $10. Hey, Mike, my kids want to start a Roth IRA. Do you think it's a good way to go?
Of course.
I think I would say yes, but I don't know enough about investing to be able to give anybody any advice.
So Roth IRA, that's basically a thing where the tax is treated differently. It's a retirement account.
Yeah, long term. You know,
if it's for your kids, I would do a 529 savings plan where you could actually do it's basically a college investment. You could put in money up until they're I think it's 18, and then all the money can be used tax-free towards their education, which and then if they don't go, you can just kind of you know.
Here we go. John C, $2. It's Saturday, Arch. Are you going to have a scotch? I'm going to have a scotch tonight. I'm going to have a scotch. Well, my tonight, which is you Americans' morning. I'll have one then. I think that might be best. Here we go. AD never calling says, if my kids go bankrupt, I'm blaming you. Have you thought about having kids, Kausowitz? That's the other thing.
I'm a dink.
You don't want to have kids?
One day, I don't know. It's not on the
How does your
radar.
wife feel about kids?
The same, one day, but not today.
I always felt that I would love to have kids, but you know, the first part of that is finding the girl that you're gonna tolerate for 18 years at least to have the kids with, and I have yet to find that. So kids haven't even been a consideration.
And how long have you been married, Kalsowitz?
Let's see, 4 years, 3-4 years, something like that. Yeah, 2020, 2019. Yeah.
And you're happily married, aren't you?
Oh yes, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Very
no,
cool.
that's fantastic. And how did you meet your wife?
It's a funny story. Really, it's a beautiful story. I'll tell you off there. That's a personal.
That's
You're
okay.
getting personal now.
Oh, it's okay. That's
I would
okay.
love to tell you though. It's
No,
it's
it's
nothing to
okay.
be embarrassed about. It's just you're
Hey,
It's
Arch, I gotta get going.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much, Mikey. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I might end the show pretty soon anyhow. So thank you, Mikey, for
Oh,
coming
thank you.
on. I appreciate it. It's been a great, I've enjoyed this show today. It's been really fun. So
Yeah.
guys, I'll be back streaming in 8 or 9 hours time. I'll be streaming, it'll be early morning for you Americans, nighttime show for us Aussies, and midday for Europeans. So there's always a time zone. Okay, Mikey, you can
Take
jump
care,
off.
Mike. Hey, get those Rolex and trade them in for the Vacheron. Do it.
Yeah, it's a temptation, that's for sure. Thank you, and
Thank
Archie,
you so much.
thank you for having me on. It's always
Always a
an
pleasure,
honor.
Mikey. It's always great to have you on, man. We
Yeah.
love you, man.
Oh, I'll be seeing
Watch
you
that
tomorrow,
trip.
eh?
Yeah. Just be careful with that headache. Just take it easy, okay? Have a lie down, okay?
Yep, that's where I'm going. All right. Have a great day, man.
Thank you. No, it's I got to tell you, it is a very tricky thing, Kalsowitz, buying the right watch there. I think you did the right thing. Stay away from the Grunfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that watch. It is a beautiful watch, but I think sticking to the big brands, that's your best itch to I mean, people say to me, "Oh, why this is so much better." And you know what? They're probably right. Okay?
Yeah.
These smaller in-house places, they do things Patek just can't do because the economies of scale. You know what I mean? I mean that's the reality. It's the economies of scale.
Yeah.
And I think the important thing is for you buy something, you want to be able to get out of it easily. I think with these grown fields, you know, FP Jean wasn't that great either. That was something that
I
was,
know it's a new thing.
know.
It's only the last few years it's really caught on. I think you said it best. You know, you buy that once you have a stable of Pateks and APs, and you've
Yeah.
gone through the ringer, and it's like, okay, now I don't even give a shit what this next watch is worth because I have such a backbone.
Yeah, exactly. I like you can criticize, like I got the 5196. People criticize, oh, it's too small, it's this, it's that. But at the end of the day, it's classic manual wind Patek. It's got a lot of upside to it. You know what I'm saying? It's got a lot of up to it because it is so sellable. This is the beautiful thing with it. And the serious thing is you've got to be careful you don't get trapped. These sort of people, a lot of these makers, I'm finding, they have pretend scarcity. You know, how scarce are they really? Like $40,000 US. That is a lot of money, really. It's not to be sneezed at, is it? Like,
no, it's definitely stepping it up.
You know, I think that's substantial money, and I think that's kind of the thing you've always got to remember with these things. They are, you know, if in your early phases, you're better off to get something you can step out of easily. You know what I mean?
100%. I know that's exactly it. But
yeah,
it's tough to choose. You know, it's easy when you're in the $5,000 to $10,000 range because it's like, you know, even if you make a bad decision, fuck it, you might lose $1,000 or $2,000. You know, but You buy some of these big independents, you might be looking at losing 10, 20, 30.
Well, it could be you could halve your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
To get rid of it, you could halve your money. And Lady Luck being what it is, it always bites you at the worst time. John C, well, this is the final. Well, this is a super chat. I was just about to end. John C, $5. Arch, how much to super chat for the ranchiest Bangkok story? Ranchiest Bangkok story.
Raunchiest.
Raunchiest. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know, Jono. John, I don't know. It's something, I've kind of put a lot of my Bangkok past behind me. I'd love to go there again, but, sometimes it's best to keep some of these sleeping dogs lying. They come back,
Speaking of Bangkok, I've looked at some real estate out there. Cheap.
Yeah.
You can live like a king out there.
Yeah, it's getting more expensive. You've got to be careful. Some of the real estate is 99-year lease. You don't actually own it.
Right.
But
which is fine because that's all you're going to live for anyway. So
well, yeah. AD never calling $10. Question for Kalsowitz. When you were in college, did you swallow goldfish in your fraternity? What the fuck?
I'm a high school graduate, baby. No college for me.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I got in the union when I was 19, right after high school, and I've been working ever since. So.
You got your what, sorry?
I got in the union when I was 19, the camera union, International Cinematographers Guild. Oh. So that happened right after high school there. So I didn't actually go to college.
Good on you. Good on you. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, guys, that's the show for today. We'll be back. I'll be back in 8 hours, whatever it is there. I think it's, what is it? 9 hours, 8.5 hours, 8 hours, 40 minutes. There we go, guys. Just hang on there, Kalsowitz. You can tell me your story off air. And see you later, guys. Yeah, thanks for